What's happening, everybody? Welcome to Elite Encounters and our complete playthrough of Paizo's Bloodlord's Adventure Path for Pathfinder 2nd Edition. I want to give a special welcome back to the Elite. That's everyone out there that is watching our content, who are subscribing, following, liking, all the things, all the buttons that you have to push to help support our content. While you're doing that, don't forget to check out the Patreon link. We have 4 really cool tiers with interesting physical rewards at 3 of those 4 tiers. You can see one of those rewards on the table here a little bit later, one of the vinyl stickers that you would get at the $5 tier. So this is the point that I welcome everybody back and give out skull bones. But first of all, we didn't play last week. Right. So I just want to say welcome back, everybody. Hope everyone's feeling good. Hope everyone had a nice holiday break, holiday weekend. Woo! Yeah, all right. Yeah. We won't go into detail, but I'm glad everyone's here and everyone's safe. Yeah. So now that I'm here to make you not safe, I'm going to pass out some skull bones.
Yeah. Okay.
Because you can use these to re-roll one of your rolls.
Thank you.
So you don't die.
You can use them to force me to re-roll something that you don't like. Or you could spend them all to avoid death, which is pretty...
have we
come pretty close a few times.
Have we yet to do that? I don't think we've needed it yet, but we've definitely spent our fair share.
We have spent a fair share on some re-rolls.
Yep.
And I think there was one very early on where the Skull Fairy was about to pop somebody's head off.
Yeah, for sure.
And they re-rolled a save instead of saving it for the death that would have occurred had I popped that head off.
Yeah.
But not me, the Skull Fairy. I'm not here to pop your head off.
So if you choose to deny death after your head's been popped off, you live Headless Horseman style? Is that?
Well, you would negate the effect that caused your head to pop off,
around.
apparently, is how that works. So
Headless Horseman style. I love it.
Although that could be interesting. Maybe we could
really cool
design like an archetype or something.
Yeah,
that's
Headless Horseman. That's neat.
Head familiar,
a dollar hand archetype.
I like it.
And the next thing I want to talk about is... I'm fighting off some allergies right now, so I may periodically have to get bend down off screen or something. Just ignore that. I'm here to have fun and power through this. So, speaking of, okay, I do have an actually.
Ooh, excellent.
Oh no!
But it's not anything that we got wrong necessarily. Just some clarification.
Sure,
right?
sure.
Because last week you guys ran into a new kind of creature type, I guess, for lack of a better term.
The troop, right?
The troop, right?
Yeah.
So the troop is a group of small or medium creatures that act very similar to a swarm, but have a couple different specific rules tied to them.
Right.
Specifically how they move and their defenses, right? So we know swarms are typically mindless and whatever, and they're not really, they take less physical damage, et cetera, et cetera. With troops, because they're made up of individuals of small or medium size, you can target them with any spell or attack or any action that is a damage-dealing action to one thing.
Okay.
And that affects the overall hit point total of the troop, which we did with things like telekinetic projectile, right? Or swinging a sword, or nicking your own femoral artery with said sword.
Yes. D10 bleed. Whew.
But you can do that with these. They do kind of function like a swarm, but those defenses, they're basically immune to non-damaging effects that target a single creature. For example, you can't intimidate a troop, right? Because there's just too many of them.
Yeah.
You can't cast the charm spell on a troop.
But if you had a spell that says single target, you could use that on them?
Yes.
Oh, that's awesome.
If it's a single target damaging effect.
Okay.
Right?
So that's sweet.
So
telekinetic projectile work.
Yep.
Your sweep, needle darts, sweep would work.
Yeah.
Sweep would work?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I would, and I think we said that all these things are we kind of ruled at the moment we can do.
Yeah.
And we did it on the rewatch. We did it fine. I just want to clarify because you might run into one again. I don't know. But as far as their movement, they have to move as one unit, and they have to kind of stay together when they finish their movement. So usually what they do is they kind of group up and then move and then redisperse and can effectively surround you that way, as long as they're all contiguous, meaning that one of their faces has to touch another one of their faces in a 10 by 10 unit.
Right.
So this is a way to represent like a battalion of knights or an uprising of of soldiers or rebels, where you just have so many people, you don't want to keep track of them on an individual basis. You're just going to throw them at you like a horde, right? Especially if they're creatures that are a lower level than you guys are,
Sure.
right? Which a zombie horde, I mean, that's just classic horror trope, right?
Oh, for sure.
It was a fun way to kind of make you panic for a little bit.
And panic we did.
Oh yeah, boy, did we.
Okay? But you came back and settled the score. So let's talk about what happened last week. The first thing that happened was you were in one of the vaults, and you encountered a creature that came out of invisibility and chomped down on Lysander. That was on a Sobok. That was a kind of psychopomp that you guys handily defeated after Lysander escaped from its jaws, which is a good thing because these guys they can snatch your soul right out of your body. So I didn't get a chance to do that, but maybe next time.
Maybe next
Maybe
time.
next time.
In other words, there will be more psychopomps in your future. I'm just saying.
Makes sense. An undead theme
In
campaign.
this campaign, you are. Yeah, sure. Then after you defeated that creature, you found the dead body in there and, took care of the stuff that was on there, continued exploring the bank, and unleashed that massive horde of zombies from another one of the vaults. What the hell was that doing there?
Yeah, 0 out of 10. Do not recommend.
Surrounded by that, the undead horde, Mert made a devastating error and dealt himself a grievous wound, and you barely managed to escape to rethink your strategy.
Yeah.
Very tense moment. It was very
Absolutely.
horror movie. I could just see it all happening where
Go on
people are
without
like
me.
slamming the door shut and like zombies are like boiling into the door.
Everybody looks at each other, and Mert's missing from the group that made it through, and that's the end.
And he comes
Yeah.
in like
Oh, God.
holding his spurting.
No, if I would have gone down in the hallway, there would have been no limping through. It would have been the end of his story, I think.
Yeah, I
for
think
sure.
he would have come back down to like no more Mert.
Yeah.
Mert would have been in their bellies. But you made it, which speaks, I think, to this group's teamwork and ability as players. So good job.
Even the new guy.
Even the new guy, especially. And then you formulated the new plan. You kind of caught your breath, went upstairs, reformulated what you wanted to do, got some rest, came back down and dealt with that. No problem.
Finish those zombies.
After defeating him, you did notice that there were some onyx gemstones embedded in the forehead. Ophelia determined that if you kept them intact in the heads and just tried to sell the heads with the gems in them, that might fetch more money in this nation than just digging the gems out themselves. A little counter to what I think normally used to playing. But you have now collected said gem heads.
There's 4, right?
There were 4, yeah. So you have the full set. Yeah.
Collect them all.
You could take it down to. Anyway, they will be valuable to the right collector. Will you find them in Gab? Probably. Would you find them in Grey Dirge? Yeah, I bet. Okay.
Most likely.
In another vault, you found a corpse slumped over a chest that was bearing a shipping label. The body part bared the insignia of the 3-fingered hand. It appeared to have been poisoned. There was a small journal that you found nearby.
Yep.
The journal had an entry about a new job in the sketch. There's a sketch in it with a map. Zareth recognized that area as a section of the Court of Ghouls, kind of the marketplace of Grey Dirge here. And the spot itself was the Crooked Coffin Tavern and Brewery, which made sense because you found some vials with, a flask, I should say, with that Crooked Coffin insignia on it, and some other accoutrements of a brewery. And those vultures kept complaining about
Tastes like yeast.
people tasting and smelling like yeast. So, yeah, you have some clues.
Yeah.
That chest, like I said, had fragments of broken glass and paste in the bottom. The paste you've determined was tremor paste.
Yep.
And the shipping label on it was torn, but it still contained the word Sallows. And then you found a room that had a trap set up to collapse a pile of bones onto you out into the hallway. But Ophelia's perception found that you were able to stave that off and enter the room and explore in that pile of bones and find a chest, a very strange chest lined with teeth, a nice velvet cushion inside, and laying on that cushion was a cold iron mace crafted in the shape of a skull with a lot of spikes sticking out of the cranium.
So cool.
Yeah, like I'd love to see character art of one of you guys like handling that.
Right.
What did you say, Ophelia?
I thought I took the Morning Star.
Yep, you said you wanted to swing that bad boy around, so I didn't know you put it on your sheet, but you were definitely bonking it against the walls, testing it out. So
Yeah.
it looked
I
fun.
was hefting it. I mean, it's got a skull on it, just like my staff does.
Yeah,
Real fitting.
yeah. But that skull is not detachable, for the record.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Oh, and there was some money in there too. And then you explored some more, and you have now found your way to the control mechanism for a secret door. You have noticed that
Yes.
embedded in the wall, and that's where you find yourselves today. Well, it's technically the same day, but in this session, standing in front of this mechanism, what do you do?
I believe I had checked for traps already, and I was in the process of pulling said lever.
Yeah, you don't. You're pretty confident that there's not a trap on that lever, so you throw that bad boy.
Famous
Yeah.
last words.
Okay, so that door slides into the wall, revealing a short 10-foot wide hallway that dead ends 20 feet down, with a set of double doors on the right and on the left.
I'll raise my shield and slowly proceed down the hallway.
Okay. Duly noted. Your shield is raised. Everybody else following down into the hallway?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay, so the double doors are basically right across from each other, a set on the right and a set on the left. Which room are you thinking of going into?
Probably whatever room Zareth is closest to him, seems how he's got a shield raised and already in that defensive posture.
Okay.
So
This is
I'll
very
check
cool.
that
Is this one of
first
these?
set of double doors to the left.
Is this one of these
Are you gonna-
heavy doors like we saw out there?
So all the doors in the bank are the same style, where you have to, Now,
Okay.
being that we're not in any like real combat, you can
Yeah.
just take your time and just slowly pull it open. But if we were, where seconds matter, like in the zombie horde encounter, then yeah, you would need that 3 actions. But you can pull it open given enough elbow grease.
Sure.
You wanna-
Okay.
Check for traps there, Ophelia.
I do.
I knew you did.
Yeah, she doesn't really notice anything that would indicate that this door is trapped.
Love
Looks
that.
clear.
Love that answer.
It does appear to look clear.
Great. So
That's what I'm going to say it from now on. It appears to look clear.
She pulls her chalk out and puts the check mark on the wall.
That's right.
Hey, shut your
He opens
fucking mouth.
he opens the door and it blows up in his face.
You shut up.
all right, I'll slide that open.
Seems clear. Okay, so
Looks clear.
Seems good.
slide that door open, and I'll read the description, and then I'll kind of reveal it on our map there. This room resembles a disheveled combination of office and living space more than a bank vault. An ornate bed sits in one corner, and dusty shelves and tables line the walls. Scrolls and journals cover most of the surfaces and the floor. Glass jars, metal flasks, ink vials, a collection of belt pouches, are mixed with the other detritus scattered about. That's what you see. What do you do?
There's a desk.
There is a bed, a desk, there are bookshelves covered in scrolls and all kinds of items.
I'm gonna pick up one of these journals and see if it has who.
I would like to move into the room,
Same.
searching for traps in the room, just being aware of anything that looks strange.
Okay.
As Ophelia goes to try and just pick shit up.
I'll join you in
Hey.
that too, Lysander. Kind of thinking the same thing, just being cautious and looking around, making
Yeah.
sure that something like another Sobok pop
Yeah,
doesn't pop
right.
out on us.
100%.
Okay, so those of you who are looking around for said things like traps are not noticing anything to indicate there are any traps in here. It's as if, this person, whoever was hanging out, living down here, working down here, relied on that secret door.
I mean, that's fair.
Interesting.
Interesting.
Okay, so as you guys are moving around the room looking for traps, we'll kind of just kind of skirt you around the bed.
Sure.
Mert says he's looking, so we'll just kind of sweep you around the room.
Yep.
Elara, what are you doing?
I'm just searching. I'm gonna maybe around and under the bed.
Oh, okay. We'll put you over here at the foot of the bed, kind of searching underneath it. Ophelia, you mentioned you're specifically looking at this desk for things like journals, and how about Zareth?
I've got my shield raised and I'm on guard looking out in case something pops out so I can bravely protect the gang.
Okay.
Brave Sir Zareth.
You never know what might pop out of a desk drawer.
Have you been knighted? So as you're kind of looking through this, under the bed, Alara, you're finding just piles of paper and ledgers, like half-filled journals. And it's all, like I said, it's all over the floor, not just on the shelves. It's just, it's very cluttered in here, for lack of a better term. Flipping through, there's entries there like there's notes on how they think that the reanimators are controlled by aboleths.
Boy.
Yeah. There are an indication that the Carter, what was it? The Carter's Consortium? Was that the Carter's Consortium are ran by serpent folk that live underground, underneath all the caverns that line the bedrock under Geb are infested with serpent folk, and they're the ones who run the Carter's Consortium, etc., etc.
So this is
Seems like a clear and accurate account of the things happening.
Yeah, there's lots of almost conflicting information to what
Seems like
you
a
know about the
conspiracy
factions.
theorist.
Oh,
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's it's like a secret closet full of what are those the composition books just scratched full with like ravings, right? So just kind of flipping through that, you're kind of already getting the sense like this doesn't make a lot of sense. Like at first you're like, oh, okay, this person probably knew what they were talking about, but it just gets more and more convoluted. Yes.
Can I use lore graders to see if do I recognize if there's any truth to anything I'm reading?
Yes, you can certainly think about that. And a lot of it seems like just ridiculous, especially based on what you know and your time with the Carter's Consortium.
Okay. Yeah, so I'll share that with the group of like this. None of this makes any sense or sounds like anything that I've ever heard.
Yeah, it seems as if this person we found in the next room never left the bank, as if they lived down here.
Fair.
I'm sure that would drive most people mad.
Yeah, and those of you who are going through the records are starting to realize that the writing and even some of the journals are labeled that this is likely also Teligmat's chambers or personal quarters.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. It's all very disorganized, contradictory ravings of a self-absorbed conspiracy theorist.
Love it.
There's over on the desk, you find that the Builders League is in cahoots with an insectile race that is, she can't figure out the name, but she's going to figure it out. The Builders League is controlled by Pharasman dissidents, etc., etc., etc. As you're flipping through one of the journals, a small piece of paper falls out there, Ophelia, and it just has a phrase that's in a different handwriting that says, "The halfling is becoming a problem."
Oh. There's only one halfling that comes to mind. No, it's not you, Mert.
What does this note say?
The halfling is becoming a problem.
Interesting.
Well, I guess there could be two, but the other one is already taken care of.
There's quite a few of us in Great Urge. Doesn't necessarily have to be
Yeah, but my thoughts
us
go
or
straight
Berlin, but could be Berlin, I suppose.
My thoughts go straight to Berlin.
Oh.
Unless she was meaning the cousin and the farm that was
Oh,
already
great
taken
point.
care of.
Yep,
Yes, I was definitely thinking of the cousin.
I was too.
But still, connections to Berlin.
Sure,
Interesting.
could be.
Could be. Could be anything.
Could be talking about you, Mark.
I suppose. I do have a strange familiarity with, accounting and the bank processes in general, I suppose. I don't know if it was this bank that I may have been at. I don't remember much.
Digging through the desk some more, Ophelia, you do find her most recent journal. There seems to be some detailed plans taking advantage of some of her research that she's recently kind of put together, like ascertain this information. The first thing that she is obsessed with is finding out information about a secret contract that was written at the time of the bank's founding. She had contacted the Builders League, making sure not to, kind of tip off the tax collectors union that she was doing so, to discuss this contract. But the Builders League, according to the journal, rejected her offer to spy. Wanted nothing to do with her. Didn't trust her because she was so prevalent in the tax collectors union.
Yeah.
So then she decided to contact the Celebrants and pose as a worshiper of Urgathoa. And they took her up on her offer. She looked forward to working with a new great faction, one that would be more interested in the secrets surrounding the bank's founding. But they have stopped answering her correspondence, according to the journal entry.
And we certainly saw the result of that up in that secret room upstairs.
Yep.
Basically,
Sure
she got found out as double-crossing the factions, and that was the end of it.
Yep.
They made a point.
Yep.
So as you guys are sharing this information and maybe pointing out like this note about the halfling being a problem, the journal entries and discussing this, you hear some skittering, like a strange kind of clicking sound coming from the ceiling. And at that moment, a trapdoor opens and something falls out into the room
There it is.
and slithers up into a snake-like pose.
Oh,
Oh my god.
Shit.
Let's roll for initiative.
okay.
Whoa.
I don't like that at all.
So we will go into combat mode.
Oh. You ever have your dice just like sit on a 20 and then just tip
Yeah, it
slowly?
falls on that 2.
It's like slow motion as it falls over to that 2.
Yeah,
It's just
100%.
gut wrenching.
Well, seeing as how you're complaining so much about your initiative,
Yeah.
what was it, Mert?
8.
Okay, I see why you're complaining. Zareth.
14.
Okay. Ophelia?
24.
Oh, wow, that's pretty good. Lysander.
19.
Okay. Alara.
25.
Hey. Okay, let me put this in order for a second. And think about what you're going to do, but think for a long time because this creature is going to get to go first. Because it got
Yeah,
a
but I'm
way
probably
higher
next, so.
initiative.
I don't like it.
So I got Alara with 25, Ophelia with 24, Lysander 19, Zareth 14, Mert 8. Sound about right? Did I get the numbers right?
Sounds right.
Okay, got it.
Sounds exactly right.
Okay. I don't 100% trust myself after the break.
I don't,
guess.
I don't like this
And
thing at
all
all.
the medication. Okay,
It's very creepy looking.
Yeah,
So-
no good.
as this creature thumps to the floor, it kind of coils and unwinds itself into a serpentine skeletal structure that looks like a massive snake with a human skull.
Oh no.
Nope.
The first thing it's going to do is a little move called Dance of Death.
Oh,
Let's see what that does.
great.
Oh, yes, let's.
Oh,
Can't wait.
yeah,
Can't be anything too bad.
sure.
Okay, so this thing starts kind of swaying back and forth and staring at each of you in the eyes, and its eyes start glowing. And I need everybody in the room that can see this thing to give me a will save.
Oh. Okay.
Oh boy.
I rolled poorly, but I am going to halfling luck it
Oh
and
my
re-roll it.
goodness.
There you go.
Okay. Have you
got
used
it.
that already today?
I did not.
Okay.
18.
Okay, so I got what did I say? 18 from
I said
Ophelia?
an 18.
Okay. Let me just, as we're going around the table. Zareth,
Can I also use halfling luck?
are you a halfling?
No.
No.
Can I use his halfling?
Then you have no luck.
I had an 11.
You have an 11? Okay.
11.
All right.
I would-
That's it's not horrible.
But is it good enough?
No.
I have a,
Lysander,
I have a 22.
22. Okay. Alara?
9.
A 9. Ooh. And with that halfling luck, what do we get,
18.
Mert? 18.
On the
Okay. All right, so Ophelia, Mert, Lysander. You are unnerved by this hypnotic swaying, and you are now off guard
Okay.
until the end of my next turn.
Noted.
I'd hate to see what the others are.
I know.
I cannot wait.
That means Zenith and Alara. You did not, neither of you critically failed, which is good for you.
Good.
Thanks. So there's always a silver lining, right? Right?
Always.
Look on the bright
Critically
side of
fail.
life.
Yeah.
Doo-doo. 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 However, you are distracted by the swaying, and you are now stunned.
Oh.
1.
Oh!
Okay.
Oh, no.
Okay.
So stunned is basically you can't act. What happens is you lose a certain number of actions when your turn comes around. So when you kind of re-up your actions for the round, you lose a certain number based on your stunned value. Your stunned value is 1.
Okay.
So not horrible, right? However, you're also off guard until the end of my next turn. That beautiful swaying dance took all 3 of my actions.
Oh.
Ilara, you are stunned once, you get 2 actions.
Oh,
And
okay.
you are off guard.
And am I right that she's basically like next to him?
Yeah, you're right.
Okay,
It
yeah,
almost
that's-
like plopped right down on you.
Yeah, that's what I. Well, and then losing an action. Let's see. Ooh. Okay. She's gonna back up.
Okay, seems reasonable.
She's
Wise.
gonna-
Back up out into the hallway or just up
not
against the
not
wall?
into the hallway, but just I guess as far away as she can get from him and still be in the room.
Okay.
Which is not far.
Basically-
Yeah, that's
Which is not
I just
far.
don't want to be next to him.
Let's understand.
And then you know what? I'm gonna cast guidance on Ophelia.
Okay.
Nice.
And it is Ophelia's turn. And Ophelia, you are not stunned, but you are off guard. So you have all 3 of your actions. You just have that penalty to your armor class right now until the end of my next turn.
Oh no. Sorry, something happened.
Okay.
I went off my character sheet.
Oh no.
Technical. Okay.
Yeah, technical problems.
Well, while we're booting that back up, Lysander, if you want to go ahead and go, because this is
Sure.
technically all happening
Yeah.
simultaneously,
Sure.
right? So no worries.
I don't like any of this.
Yeah.
So I'm going to take 1 action, and I'm going to have Remy use his support ability, and he doesn't need to move because he's within 10 feet of this snake.
Yes.
And then, oh, do I want to?
Yes, you want to hit it.
You are in the very corner of this chamber.
Yeah, you know what? I'm going to scratch that real quick. I'm going to take a 5-foot step over so I can reach over and touch Mert. Are we within? Like, can I reach and touch him, or do I need to move?
You would be able. You would move over here. There's the corner of the bed is there, but no, I'm cool with that. That's
Okay. I just want to
Just
reach.
kind of leaning over.
Yeah,
the
I'm
bed.
just literally reaching over, and I'm going to cast Runic Weapon
Hey.
on Mert. And you'll see his eyes kind of glow green, and this green sickly energy transfers from his hand and runs over and hits Mert, and these sickly green runes appear on Mert's weapon, and they kind of smoke like the smoke from my eyes. And so that will give you, it makes your weapon a +1 striking weapon, and that will last for 1 minute, good sir.
Okay. That is huge for when I maybe get to take my turn someday.
Yep.
Okay.
All set?
Yes.
All right, Ophelia, what you got?
First, what is it?
Okay, that'll be a recall knowledge.
Yes.
And
That's something that you roll.
it is.
If it's Arcana, I have a +8. By chance.
I'll take it.
By chance.
Okay.
Interesting.
So this is something called a necrophidius. So this is not an undead creature. It's technically something that was built out of these bones.
Construct.
Yes, it is a construct.
Ooh.
That's what you
Alright.
know.
With my last 2 actions, I'm going to cast telekinetic projectile.
Okay. There's lots of junk in here to
Oh yeah.
There sure
telekinetically
is.
project.
She's gonna get hit with a ledger.
Probably. That's a 7.
Okay.
No. That's not total. That's just what I rolled.
Okay.
15.
15. Okay. Unfortunately, whatever you picked up, an ink vial or whatever, just slams against the wall and misses completely. Which
Yeah.
makes sense. It's a very serpentine creature that's kind of weaving about.
Yeah.
Hard to get a bead on it. Zareth.
Missed.
Well, I will 5-foot step up to it and take a swing for my 2 actions. And that is a 10 to hit.
Okay. Unfortunately, that does not connect.
I had a
Maybe
feeling.
your sword just kind of skitters down the ribs of this serpentine creature.
It's not a xylophone.
I'll enter my rage and bouncing off of Ophelia's recall knowledge, I will not choose to imbue my weapon with spirit damage this time around. So just be a regular old vanilla rage. And then I'll step and strike it.
Hey, does a 16 hit?
Ooh, 19 on the die.
Oh, okay.
That's gonna be a 28.
28 is just a hit.
Oh my god.
Gosh, I wanted it to be a crit so bad.
Me too.
Okay, all right. Still
Gonna be
though,
tough.
that is a +1 striking, so I get those two
This is
big boy
This is
dice.
gonna hurt.
Whoop. Just roll this one twice, I guess.
You can borrow one of mine.
Nah, it's cool. We got this. All right. 15.
Mine's better.
19 damage. Oh, I'm sorry. 21 damage.
21 damage.
Yep. And then I'll swing again.
Yeah, you will.
And we'll see how that goes.
Nat 20.
Seems reasonable.
13.
Damn it.
13 unfortunately
Yeah.
plays the other side of the
That's okay.
xylophone, and that brings us to round 2. Okay, remember everybody in here is now off guard until the end of this guy's turn.
Yep.
And let's see, Mr. Mert, you're the one who
Laid
the
down
only
the
one who
hurt.
hurt me.
Laid down the hurt
Yes, Mert laid the hurt, so I return the hurt.
by putting him in the dirt.
I'm ready.
Spurt.
Make him squirt. I don't know. What are you gonna do here?
Okay. So, I've already done my little dance.
So,
Little
Now I'm
dance.
going to make a little love.
Oh.
Oh no.
maybe it is that kind
That's
of
a
show.
23 to hit.
Did it hit me?
Yes.
Oh yeah, that'll do it. That'll do it, bud.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. Yeah.
All right, that's 6 points of damage from the piercing bite here.
Oh, no worries. I'll live forever.
However,
Yeah. I know.
However, comma,
I
need
know.
a fortitude save.
Yeah.
or you bleed forever.
Ghosts are immune to fort effects. Yeah.
Yeah.
How about a 16?
Okay, you are now paralyzed.
Oh my
Oh, wow.
god.
Okay. Noted.
I have a bad feeling about this guy.
Okay. So when you're paralyzed, it's not as bad as you think.
It's
But
worse.
it's pretty bad. So you're off guard. You can't take any actions except recall knowledge. But even if you recall knowledge, all you can do is think about it because you can't really speak. You can just kind of look around with your eyes.
Well, I would think I would still be raging, so I would not be able to recall knowledge.
Well, okay,
So-
you specifically
Yes.
no could not. That is a good point. So no, you don't drop out of rage when you're paralyzed.
Right.
That would be funny though.
Right.
That'd be a bummer.
But yeah, you're just off guard and you can't do anything.
Right.
Okay.
And
And
I'll
since
get
you
a
can't move, you can't even seek. You can just
Right.
kind of look straight ahead.
Oh my
Yep.
god.
But I'll get a new save at the end of my next turn. Is that the deal?
That is correct. Yes, and yeah, it gets easier maybe.
Oh, okay.
Unless I bite you again.
Oh no.
But I seem to have put you in your place.
Yeah.
So now I'm going to turn
Yeah,
my
right there.
attention to Zareth. Natural 20.
Oh.
Oh.
Okay. You
If
do have
don't
your
like it,
shield
you-
raised.
You can.
It
it
wouldn't.
reroll.
It wouldn't be raised.
Yeah, because you didn't take an action to do so, right?
Oh, that's right. Yeah. I'm sorry.
I don't think it much matters.
Yeah.
On a 20.
No.
My red cards here. Red for bad.
It's an honor to be the first crit
Of the night.
The night. Yes.
Okay. See, I like this guy. It's
Yeah.
always a silver lining,
Positivity.
right? Okay. So this is going to be, it's piercing. Okay. So this is called Nerve Cluster.
Okay.
So you're only going to take normal damage. So it's good, right?
No.
But
However, you are stunned 2,
Oh.
okay.
which means you will only get 1 action back next round.
Okay. That's
Okay.
fine.
Now
you know,
the damage,
it could have been a lot worse.
it could
You
have.
still have that fourth save you got to make.
The damage is 6 points of piercing, and I will need a fortitude save.
Oh, okay. There's more.
Yeah, there's more.
That is an 1842 save.
Okay, call now because you are paralyzed.
Oh, okay.
Wow. Things aren't looking good.
It's as if she didn't want you to be in this room. Okay.
She. Interesting. It's like a construct, a robot.
The
Oh,
man,
oh,
big
I see, I
canister.
see, I see. I was like, what?
Does that mean we're no longer off guard?
Not for us. Sorry, bud.
Well, I
Technically-
mean, through everyone else.
Technically, when you are paralyzed, you are also off guard.
Correct.
So that's part of the paralyzed condition. All right, so now I've got 2 of you kind of out of commission. The only thing that's left in my range to hit is Remington. All right, this is going to be at a significant penalty, though. Does a 6 hit Remington?
No.
Okay.
And
so,
now that he's put him in his place, you're not hitting me.
So now it's the end of its turn, so anybody who is considered off guard from the failed initial save is no longer off guard. However, if you're paralyzed, you are still off guard.
Yep.
Here we go. Alara.
Holy shit, the bed.
Yeah.
And I guess and then I'm no longer stunned, right? Or am I still stunned?
No, you because it was the end of the turn, so you're over the whole
Okay.
dance of death.
Just wanted to make
routine.
sure.
Yeah. So you might be stunned at the fact that 2 of your compatriots are paralyzed.
Yes. Yeah, I'm
But
like, but it'd be weird if I
mechanically, no, you're not stunned.
If I ran on my own, it'd be really, really weird. Okay, well, I guess I'm, Lars gonna cast Biting Words.
Okay. Is that a mental effect? I think I ask this like every time.
No, actually, I don't remember this question before.
So there should be like 3 effects to the spell.
Oh, somatic verbal. Is that what you're looking for?
So it
Oh,
says,
sorry, right there.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, there's like a bunch.
It says attack,
Attack.
auditory.
Evocation, linguistic, and sonic.
Okay. It's not immune to any of those things. Okay.
Perfect.
So
I was
you have
waiting
to
for
hit
you
me
to.
you have to hit me with
Right.
your words.
Right.
Hit me with your best shot.
But is this the
Fire away.
cone? The cone situation?
No, this is
No.
her telling
Oh.
No,
us
not the cone.
Okay.
her pants are terrible.
Yeah, you can make fun of my pants or my mom or something.
14.
14.
Yeah.
So your words sail right over my head, and I don't get your joke.
It's kind of hard to come up for one for a skull-headed bone snake.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, that's 2 actions to do that.
Yeah. Oh, right. I have another action.
Yeah, you do.
I don't
Yeah,
have any
you do.
good actions left. Because we've already got. Can I? You know what? I'll do Courageous Anthem for the team.
Hey,
Hey,
Oh,
okay, cool.
Yay.
Great. That's good. That brings us then to Ophelia. You get all 3 of your actions.
I think I'm gonna cast Phase Bolt.
Ooh, okay.
So. Not with that roll. Actually, I'm going to use my guidance, so let's make that an 18. Does that hit?
Good point.
Yeah, your guidance is still in effect on the next round.
I didn't use it.
I think it only lasts one
I
round.
think the
Oh,
duration.
well,
is-
never
You still have
mind.
Courageous Anthem.
Okay.
Oh,
either
right.
way, it's
Yeah,
eight
that would
plus
bump you up.
one.
Yeah,
Yep.
if you
So
had
there
the
you go.
Courageous Anthem, then yes, that is a hit. With Phase Bolt. What does that do?
It is a bolt of magic energy that comes out of my fingertips.
Okay.
And it's, of course, shadowy and black as it phases
Yeah.
in and out of existence
Yeah,
before
yeah.
it slams into him.
Ooh, big numbers on those d4s.
Yeah. 10.
10 points of damage.
Nice.
Yes. Let's see.
I know.
Okay, that's great. That was 2
If
actions.
the target has any circumstance bonuses to AC, it is reduced by 2
Yeah,
for this attack. Just,
yeah. It doesn't really,
piercing.
because you have a clear shot to it, and I'm not really seeing anything that's blocking your path that would grant it cover. So
awesome.
yeah, and it would ignore it anyway because it's going to phase right through it.
Right.
Okay, you have 1 action left,
Um,
and then we'll head over to Lysander.
I'm ready.
I'm going to pull out the star knife.
Cool.
Ooh,
Very
okay, drawing the star knife.
Yeah.
All right, Lysander.
Okay, I'm going to take 1 action, and I'm going to activate the support ability for Remington,
Okay.
and that allows him to take a move. And I'm just going to have him take a 5-foot step over to directly in front of me. He can stand on the bed if he wants.
Okay. Well, yeah, you can't step onto the bed. That would require like actual like movement up onto the bed.
He gets a move. He gets a stride.
Oh, so he's using a
Yeah,
stride.
he's just
okay.
Yeah, he gets a
I
move.
see what you're saying.
And an
He's just-
action, and part of his support ability.
Okay, so as part of his movement, we'll just have him climb up
Yeah.
on the bed. That's fine.
Right.
But he couldn't step
Correct.
on the bed.
Correct.
Semantics, right?
Yeah, sure. And then my 2 action ability, I'm going to cast Needle Darts.
Okay.
Yeah. Pew pew pew. Lasers. Not with that roll.
Oh no.
Good luck.
Okay. Is that it for Lysander?
Yeah.
All right, that brings us to Zareth. So Zareth, you are paralyzed.
Yep.
So at the end of your turn, you get a new Fortitude save to break out of the paralysis.
All right.
Go for it.
What can I do while I'm paralyzed?
You can look straight ahead and think about what you've done.
Okay. I'll do that.
Okay.
Now
That takes all your actions. Now roll your save.
rub your
And
nose
so
in the carpet.
So when you're paralyzed and stunned, basically I stay stunned until I'm not paralyzed, and then I would forgo, like if I'm stunned too, I'd forgo those 2 actions, right?
Yeah, so everything's like there's overriding conditions. So things are always, they're all ticking down at the same time.
Right. So the
yeah.
stun will be down for our next turn if we survive it.
Yeah, you got to make it to there first.
All right. Well, here's my 42 save.
Okay.
That is 14.
Okay, you are still paralyzed.
Great.
You haven't thought enough about what you've done.
Yeah, I'll
You-
think
you-
some more, I guess.
Yep. Stare into that corner.
Yeah.
Stare into it till you smell the paint. Sorry, flashbacks.
I was to say, dang.
Mert.
I'll do a 2 action stare right in front of me, and then 1 action stare right in front of me, and then I'll roll to become unparalyzed.
That's a good use of all 3 of your actions.
Thank you. Got to make sure you capitalize that 3rd action. That's really important in this
Yeah.
economy. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe 19.
19 is a success. You
Okay.
are no longer paralyzed.
Great.
On your next turn, it is round 3. It is the creature's turn, which we now know is the Necrophidius. Seeing you kind of start to stir, it's going to go ahead and bite you again.
Oh, okay, cool.
Why not?
It's fun while it lasted.
Oh. Oh boy.
He says, oh boy.
That's a 27.
What? Okay, and I'm not off guard anymore. So that it hits, but it's not a crit.
Okay. All right, so we're just going to roll one of these and add some numbers. Okay, you take 4 points of damage, and
Okay.
I'll need another
Yep.
Fortitude save.
Ooh, 19.
Actually, I don't need it because you are now immune.
Oh, immune
to
for a
any
certain period.
Paralytic effects of
All
this
right.
creature since you have to save.
Sweet.
Okay, so
Your antibodies have kicked in.
That's right.
I like that. Yeah, that was a very quick immune response to whatever this is.
You're no longer immunocompromised.
That's right.
Uh,
Ghosts, you know. What can I say?
Well, yeah. It is a one-trick pony. Let's hit you again.
Sure.
But probably not with a 13.
Nope.
Okay.
Man, that wouldn't even hit me.
So,
Dishing the
oh man,
threads.
she's talking some smack. Oh my God. I can't reach her though. So we'll send one Remington's way. That's a natural 20.
On who?
Remington.
Okay.
Okay, so it ends up being a 28. so I'm guessing that will hit. So that becomes a critical. Okay. This is piercing, so the target will be slowed 1, which Remy is already slowed 1, so we'll make him slowed 2. And double damage. It's 22 points of damage to Mr. Remington.
Got it.
Hang in there, Remy.
He's still standing.
He's still standing.
Good. I think that's all my bites. Alara.
All right. Well, I get 2 more tries at biting words, so let's go.
Okay. Show me what you got.
Oh, much better. Okay. 25.
25 connects. So
Awesome.
somehow your words splatter against the skeletal construction of this creature.
Perfect.
And,
Sound is vibration, you know? Just saying.
Okay. Make it all sciencey in our magic world.
Okay.
Okay.
She's,
How
okay,
much
so-
damage do you do?
Okay, let's see. 2d6. Oh, 10.
Oh,
And she's going to yell, "You're bringing that big snake energy, and we all know what that means."
if he could speak, he would say, "That's supposed to hurt my feelings?"
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
I love it.
Birds bite so good. Okay. Moving on. You do have 1 action left.
Oh,
what would you like to do?
I'm gonna cast guidance on. Let's see, I didn't. Lysander.
Hey.
Okay. All right. That brings us to Ophelia.
Let's pass that around.
As you should.
It doesn't have insides, so I guess I'm going
It's
to
certainly has left those at home.
do the phase bolt again.
Yeah?
Okay.
21.
21 hits.
These are hard to pick up.
I know.
D4s. Oh, 10.
There you go.
They did it again.
10 points of damage.
Yeah.
On 3d4.
Yeah.
That's pretty
2
good.
4s and a
Same you rolled last time.
2. Yeah.
In fact, it's so good you can dispatch it.
Oh!
Well, we're gonna stick to the little xylophone sound. This is the sound that it makes when it like crumples onto each other.
Okay, so all the bones just kind of rattle together in a strange xylophonic sound.
Yeah.
I love that.
Crumples to the floor amidst the pile of papers and half-written journals and junk.
Wow.
And that's it.
Cool.
Go ahead
Hey.
and make a fortitude save to see if you come out of paralysis there.
All right. 21.
You're fine.
You know, it
Just in
wasn't so
time.
bad. I didn't get hit anymore at all. Like,
Yeah,
you guys did great.
the outright damage is not too overwhelming.
Hey,
However,
can
you
I
get
get
the whole
you-
party paralyzed.
Can I get you to walk about 31 feet down this hallway, please? I'm going to heal everybody except for you because you don't heal like everybody else.
Oh, yeah, okay, sure. Yeah, I'll walk.
So you just come down here and just kind of mosey around.
Yep. Oh, you know,
While you're out there,
I'll do
Yeah, while you're out there, roll for initiative.
just at that moment.
I'll do a medicine check on myself.
Okay, great. Yeah, so while he's doing his 3-action harm to the group, everybody
22.
gather up. Okay, that's a pass, so you'll get your 2d8.
Everybody will get back 7
Ooh, okay.
from me.
Great.
All right. So everyone's feeling tip-top, right?
I don't know, tip tops. Remy's less than tip top, that's for sure.
Yeah,
That was a
Remy
pretty
got
solid
taken out
chunk.
pretty good.
So the old Necrophidius, what was that doing there?
Yeah, that's crazy.
Okay, who wants to go up into the hole that it fell down?
Nope.
See what else is up there.
I think I want to go across this hallway while Mert's sword is still glowing.
Oh, good point. Well, the treat wounds would have been 10 minutes
Ah.
for
Oh,
Zareth. So it's probably
Well, never mind.
out in that case.
Yeah.
Well, that doesn't mean you guys can't move on
Oh, we
without
won't.
Zareth while he's down the hall
That's
healing
bad.
himself.
That's bad juju.
I mean, it is technically
I'm good.
doable.
I'm good.
gonna
Sure.
Just saying.
I'm going to refocus.
I'm okay
doing
with
that.
losing the +1 striking to potentially not have to fight. I think that the extra D12 is not worth as much as a whole nother companion.
Depends how much damage you do with that D12.
That's
I guess.
that's really sweet. Thank you.
And how big the troop is behind this
right.
door.
I just need to.
That just means Zaris has a head start on us.
Yeah.
That's a good
Speak-
point.
Speaking of head start, I'll make my way to
Lock
the
the
door.
door.
Shield raised.
This doorway over here for the stairwell?
No. You're right. I should have specified. That's on me.
Well, I had to,
Remy's
Just
going to
be
be in the back with me for a minute.
Okay.
No kidding.
We're gonna check that door for
alright.
traps first.
So yeah, we'll have Ophelia. It is a double door, so we'll have you kind of scooch up here for now.
Move over, Mert.
It's fine.
And yeah,
We'll switch.
I'm
it's
incorporeal,
all
man.
in
I don't
our
really need to scoot over.
imagination, right?
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
all in our domes, our imagination domes.
That's right.
I have ectoplasm on my feet because I'm standing in Mert.
Yeah, we can kind of just be like right next to each other, pretty much.
I'm kidding. I wouldn't do that to Mert.
Yeah, I wonder like.
I don't
You
know
just like
how
step
that-
up to the door, like right through me.
And that probably gives some huge negs to your stealth save too. So you're like,
That's right.
Must feel like hitting your funny bone like all over.
oh no.
Yeah.
Okay, so you said you want to check this door for traps.
I sure do.
Okay. So you don't really see anything that would indicate that this door is trapped. However,
clear.
you do notice that it is locked,
It's locked.
and the keyhole has two little holes.
Oh,
Like a forked tongue.
perhaps.
Ooh.
I have one of those.
A forked tongue or a forked tongue shaped key.
Fork tongue shaped key.
That's
You can't
on
really
me.
tell underneath the mask, so
That's true.
you could have whatever going
You
on.
can have. I can have all kinds of shenanigans going on.
Yeah. Do we want to try the key?
Yeah, let's try the key.
Who wants to try?
I will hand it up to Ophelia.
Okay.
I guess I'm trying the key.
Okay, Ophelia, you slide that forked tongue into those two kind of keyholes,
Yep.
and when you do, the skull on the key, the eyes start glowing with a faint green light,
Ooh.
and
Gas comes out.
the key says in a gravelly voice,
Oh,
"On what is greatness built?"
Oh,
shoot.
wow, it's a riddle key.
Lord Graders. This like, do I recognize?
You do not.
Okay.
You've never heard this phrase before,
On what is greatness built?
and you haven't turned the key yet. You're just holding it with those glowing eyes and that voice asking you this question. What do you say?
Oh. Mert's furiously flipping through his notes and trying to remember. There was a phrase on the tattoo of the man in the room.
Oh,
Something about death. Oh dear.
And the light in the skull's eyes fade away.
Okay.
I don't know what to say.
That's okay. I think it's
What do you
better
do with
to.
the key?
Pull it out.
Okay.
I have a feeling that we need to answer that before we try to unlock the door.
I agree.
Okay, so the key is out, the eyes are not glowing, and the door, the lock mechanism hasn't moved.
Death and secrets, perhaps? That doesn't seem right. Oh. I cannot remember exactly what was on it. Oh, you know what? We
That-
still have that scrap of skin. It wasn't on the person, right? It was
That's
a scrap of
correct.
skin.
It was a scrap of skin. Is
Okay.
that on your little list of things?
I
that
do
you-
have it on my list as on my person.
Joseph, can you confirm that that is on the list?
I can confirm.
So
yeah.
I'll open my backpack and pull that out. The
Disgusting.
piece of skin with the tattoo on it.
Okay.
Yuck.
And what does it say?
That's a great question.
It does, in fact, say death and secrets on that tattoo, on that
Okay.
piece of skin that you recovered in your manor.
And that was with the guy that had the key in the first place, correct?
Correct.
Yeah. Okay. So, Ophelia, let's try it again. And I think the answer is death and secrets.
Okay. All right. Insert the key back in.
Okay. the eyes in the skull start glowing again. And that same voice, on what is greatness built?
Death and secrets.
The work is never done. And the door itself glows with the same glow that's coming from the key. And the lock disengages.
Sweet. It's good to take fastidious notes.
That's right.
Or
you know what?
skin.
Let's go, Bob.
What? Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
Sweet.
Good job.
And I know you're not the only one with the notes, but you got it first, so I'm going to give him the skull. He's going to need it, Alara. I know you had notes over there. He's going to need
She's
it.
the master of position.
You
She's
don't
like,
ever
I
need
just
it.
want to be away from everything and I won't get hurt.
It is in the
Fine.
notes.
That's right.
It is in the notes. I pulled it up.
Awesome.
It says skin with tattoo.
Perfect. So the door is now unlocked and glowing with this same green glow that the eyes in the skull and the key are glowing with.
I'll open it.
Yep, so open this door.
Okay. So it opens up on a huge vault. And there's stuff kind of all over the floor in this vault. But it's, well, I do have a description.
Maybe our demonic key will open something in here.
Maybe.
Or
Why does
there's
it
a
gotta be a
vault we
demonic
missed.
key?
I mean, there's a whole nother platform over there in the corner.
I think you did describe the head was like the head of a demon, right, with a forked tongue.
Oh, we had it. Oh, I mean the other key.
There's a lot of
we have.
iconography that we found in the manor of demons, like that spice box with 2 demon heads on it.
Yeah, so this really just looks like another vault space, but there's just a lot of junk everywhere. Like something like stuff was shifted around in here quickly, but obviously this is behind the secret door.
Right.
And you get this notion that when the celebrants came through and basically emptied and gutted this place, they didn't get back here. Otherwise, they would have found all of Teligmat's notes.
Right.
They would have possibly run into the Necrophidius. But all of that was here for you. So that's what you see is this room. What do you guys do?
I'll step in, shield raised, on guard in case something happens.
Okay. Seems like a reasonable tactic.
Yeah.
Everybody else?
Just step in and start taking inventory, looking around.
Same.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
So, Ophelia, when you step in with the key, the entire vault starts glowing with this green light, I guess you could say. And there is this low humming energy that starts permeating the vault. Like, imagine like when an AC kicks on in your house, right? And you just feel that electric hum. Then a faint outline of green flames appears in a 2x2 segment of the floor. Just like draws a line in a square. And then that segment of stone slowly sinks a couple inches and slides aside and reveals a small compartment in the floor.
Oh.
Oh,
What's this?
I don't know. What is it?
You go over and take a look.
Yeah.
Boo!
What you see
Every time.
is a small cubic compartment. There is a single iron tube inside with silver skulls on either end. It looks like a scroll case. What do you do with that?
Is it trapped?
Let's see. You really don't think a scroll case would be good enough to trap. It seems fine.
Okay. I reach in and grab the scroll.
It appears to look clear.
It looks clear.
Okay, so
looks clear.
the scroll case will open up by basically taking one of those skulls and just kind of twisting off like an end
Right.
cap, and then you'll have access to the inside of the tube. Do you do that?
Sure.
Okay. You open up the scroll case and you pull out this rolled up piece of parchment. This is document, and when you open it up, your arcane knowledge right away recognizes this is not a magical scroll. This, in fact, is an official government document. An official government document that appears to be a contract. And as you peruse over it, it looks like it is a contract between the Builders League and the Tax Collectors Union. There is no date on it. It just says at the very top, upon the momentous occasion of the foundation of the Grey Dirge Bank. And as you skim through it, I don't know. It's hard to make heads or tails. It's a lot of legalese, but the gist of it is, it's a legally binding agreement stipulating that the Builders League agrees to grant full rights and ownership to the bank upon completion of building it to the Tax Collectors Union, which makes sense, and that its authority regarding all matters concerning the bank is second to the union's authority. So, in other words, the Tax Collectors Union owns it and controls everything that happens in it.
Oh.
Okay. However, there is a final clause in which both parties agreed that full authority over the structure and its operation would revert back to the Builders League if the Tax Collectors Union fails to continuously operate the bank for a period of 1 year and 1 day.
Oh.
And as you know, this bank has been abandoned for how long?
2 years.
2 to 3 years.
2
yeah.
years. So now you know who really owns the bank. And it's not the Celebrants.
It's the builders.
So this is what she was looking for then. Or at least mentioned.
Seems so.
But why was the bank closed in the first place? You know, like,
Well, all of the wealth was consolidated into Mekatar.
right? But wouldn't
Why?
you think the tax collectors would try to keep this? I guess they would just, you know, if there's nothing to keep here, there's no reason to keep it like, you know, open just with bare minimum staff, right? I mean, I guess if there's nobody that wants to do business, you just close it, and that's kind of like normal.
You do recall from what Berlin had said that a couple years ago, there was some legal debate in the halls of Mekatar between the Tax Collectors Union, the current, or at the time, current owner and proprietor and management of the bank, and they lost out to the Celebrants. The Celebrants' whole purpose is to gather wealth under the banners of Geb himself and
Right.
the Undead King, and to kind of prepare for a consolidation of power and his return to the throne, right? Because he has been absent for a long, long time. But as whispers of activity in the nation of Nex are starting to stir, Geb has decided to come out of hiding, and the
Right.
Celebrants are making a very boisterous point of celebrating that fact and also consolidating his power.
That all makes sense, but what would the Builders League have to do with this?
They built it,
Yeah,
And-
but like so.
so
if
once
if control of the building reverts back to the builders after it's been unoccupied, like, I don't know. It's just interesting.
Which
What-
means their people can operate underneath the roof, basically, of the tax collectors, because this whole area is kind of their area.
Yeah,
There's
they can
banks on
basically do
both
whatever they
sides.
want to do with this building.
Which, yeah, so the things that we found while we've been here, so like the shipping crates, the bodies, like, is that associated with the Builders League? Like, we thought it was the tax collectors or the Celebrants. Like, do the builders have something to do with the cultists that we found here, or that cult?
It's a great question. Yeah, perhaps this isn't news to them, and they have been operating out of this place covertly since it was closed.
They've had 11 months to operate
Yeah,
within, or more.
sure.
They're almost a year.
Yeah, it's a great point.
What did that? Read that clause again.
Which
1 year and 1 day after
Of
Okay.
what?
closure.
the final clause in which all parties from both great factions
Yep.
agreed was that full authority of the structure and its operation would revert back to the Builders League, right? The Builders League
Yep.
would take it over and start making money off of it.
Sure.
If the Tax Collectors Union failed to continuously operate said bank for a period of 1 year and 1 day,
Okay.
it's now been over 2 years since
Right.
the Celebrants gutted it.
Okay.
So the Builders League technically has rightful claim to this.
Correct.
Right.
Had they, if anybody there is powerful enough to know about this agreement, number one,
Right.
and number two, if they're willing to fight the Celebrants for it in the halls of Mekatar.
Which means the Builders League could potentially be behind everything we've seen so far with, like, all the stuff that, well, I mean,
Yeah,
you guys saw at the
they
farm.
could be 100% behind it, or they could be ignorant that they have control of this building. Who knows?
Sure.
Yeah. I suppose
true.
if we share this with Berlin, maybe she'll be able to kind of poke around with her connections and see what comes of it. Do we trust Berlin with this document, even? I mean, whoever has this is knowledge that's extremely important, you know?
And with that knowledge, there's a lot of power with that.
Absolutely.
I mean, she brought us all together and gave us manor.
Sure. Yeah, she's been nothing but decent to us so far. But at some point, if we do in fact want to become bloodlords, we're gonna have to take things into our own hands at some point. Just a thought.
So you're not wrong.
No.
I've worked with her for years, and she's always been good to me. I have no reason not to trust her.
Whatever, new guy.
But what can we do?
Yeah. I don't see any reason not to, but
I mean, I don't think
this is, we should definitely at least consider, alternatives. I think it's right to give it to her, especially, for all she's done for us, and I think we can trust her to have our best interests in mind. But, that being said,
And at the very least, like, this is her, like, jurisdiction, right? Like, this, it would be something that I think if I was a bloodlord over an area, that if someone found something as impactful as maybe this could be, I would want them to turn it over to me.
it's a great point, Lysander, especially in relationship to the tremor paste that we found down here. That
Right.
definitely
Yeah.
ties this into the greater investigation of the poisoning of the food for the quick in Graders. So
And
You're right.
and maybe the note for the halfling
Yeah.
could be her or her cousin.
yeah, it's a great point.
So
Interesting.
all valid.
And we did kind of take our own steps to come here and find it. We weren't sent here by her.
Yeah.
So this is going to give us a little bit more of a...
Yeah. I'll chalk up my first breaking and entering.
That's right.
only your first.
I don't
this-
pick locks.
In this vault, other than the small compartment we found in the floor, is there any other like strong boxes, lock boxes, containers, things that that have been left in here? It seemed to have been untouched, from what we could tell
Or at least missed.
from the celebrants' raiding, so to speak.
Money's on the floor.
Yeah, interestingly, there is no money laying around in here. Most of what you're finding in the deposit boxes here are just other contracts
Documents
between
and
the
stuff.
Builders League and various parties.
Okay.
Agreements to build structures, agreements for lease agreements, maintenance agreements, etc., etc. So
Nothing
yeah,
really of
Maintenance
value.
agreement for this place.
not nearly
because
as
it
valuable as what
sucks.
you found under the floor. No.
Okay, interesting.
And when we were reading her journal, and she seemed obsessed, like her most recent journal, and she was obsessed about finding this contract. We didn't have any information as to why, right? I think it was Ophelia that was reading that one.
Yeah, it didn't really
Just
go
said
into
that
detail. Like
she was just looking for it.
She had caught wind of this secret agreement that could end up benefiting one of the great factions, and she was kind of over the tax collectors union,
Right.
and was willing to play other factions against them
So
to kind of further her career.
So it's interesting that she didn't realize that it was right there.
If she never had the key.
Yeah.
That's true. That's part of it. And sometimes the best managers don't know just what the hell's going on under their nose.
And the person we found the key on, we didn't know much about him.
No, just
He was in our manor.
Yeah.
There's our little corpse at the bottom of the stairs.
Our corpse guest.
yeah, he just seemed to be what we thought he was, Nidalese, right? From all the tattoos, or maybe not Nidalese, just a Kuthite of some kind.
Yes, definitely some
Yeah.
sort of Kuthite. It's hard to tell if he was Nidalese or not because he didn't have a head,
Right.
or not
And
much
been
of a head
decomposed to some extent.
left. Yeah.
Very interesting that someone like that would.
Yeah, and why did he
Had the
wind up in
key.
the basement of that specific manor? It's
Yeah.
all. Perhaps we were gifted this manor for reasons beyond our reckoning at this time.
Quite possibly.
Here's
It seems
how it works.
Almost more than
It's uncanny.
Coincidence.
Yeah.
Yeah. The coincidence feels
It smells planted. Almost.
beyond likely that
Yes,
something. Yeah.
it's a setup.
Interesting.
Well,
All right. Well, I'm tired of this bank.
I do certainly appreciate your distrust and your what's the word I'm looking for? Your wherewithal to be aware of like all the potential ramifications of what you're uncovering and how that could affect you, how that could stymie your potential growth.
Yep.
Because that's how Bloodlords should be thinking. And yeah. So you decided you are done.
I'm tired of
with
this
the
bank.
bank.
But we still have.
Yeah, we still have the other. We can walk over and see if that other platform moves when Ophelia steps on it.
Or you. 'cause
You have the key.
key.
You have the key.
I have this key. You
Yeah.
have the other key.
Oh, the demon head key.
Uh huh.
Sure. Let's go over there.
No, the key with the forked tongue was what you were carrying. That was what opened
Correct.
the vault surface, and
She's-
that is also
Oh,
what you
never
were
mind.
using to
Yeah.
open this
Got
door.
it.
Yeah. So,
Okay, got it.
But to get
you-
used to the fact that there's a table in front of me.
you'll find it eventually.
Yeah, it's all black back here, so it blends in.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so
Yeah. Let's
you
go
wanna
to that
go-
platform.
back over to that iron platform,
Yeah.
and Ophelia, you stand over it with the key.
Yeah.
Okay. As you walk over it with the key, there's maybe some vibration you feeling through your feet, but nothing seems to happen.
This is not the key to this door.
Somebody else have a key?
I have keys. I have a key, so I'll step on the thing. I don't know if it's an appropriate key, but
Sure.
I wasn't sure that this key was appropriate until we got here the first time. So here we go.
Yeah, again, nothing seems to happen when you step on top of that, what you know is some sort of vault lid.
Sure.
So, if I step out off of it and step back onto it, does it sound like a mechanism is not working?
Interesting.
Yeah, you're not sure. It doesn't. It just. You don't hear anything. You only, when you stand on it, you think you're feeling vibration through your feet.
Gotcha.
Do I think I feel vibration through my feet?
No.
Okay, great. Yeah. So it's probably broken. If we're exchanging information that she thinks her feet are vibrating and mine don't.
Why don't you give him the forked tongue key and he tries it with that key?
Okay.
I'll take the key and I'll step on it.
Okay.
Sure.
Yeah, nothing. You don't feel any vibration or nothing. You're just standing there like
Okay.
with your key in your hand.
I'll just pass the key around. We'll each take a round on the thing, and then once we prove
Okay.
that it doesn't work, we're leaving.
Seems reasonable.
We'll sit here for 10 minutes to incorporate it and.
Yeah.
She got.
I don't feel my feet vibrating because they're not touching
she got
the
a
plate.
different
Yeah,
response
they
than
will
I did by
float
her
over
feet,
it.
so I'm
That's
like,
right.
okay, something's weird here. So
Yeah. For whatever reason, whatever keys you are standing on this thing, nothing seems to work after several minutes of
Great.
experimentation.
up the stairs we go. I'm tired of this bank.
Yeah.
Okay.
But note that we may potentially be able to come back here if we
That's
find
correct.
another
Spooky key.
key or something that may activate it.
Okay.
There's a chance. You know?
So you're telling me there's a chance.
That's right.
Okay, so you make your way up and out of the bank. It is early evening when you make your way out of the bank, actually.
Oh boy.
And that's good because nobody here is harmed by the sun's rays.
That's right.
That you know of.
Right.
So, yeah, what do you do?
Do you want to head back toward the manor?
I believe so.
I think we should.
I like-
Should we swing by Berlin's as well to inform her? Or-
Sure, we can do that on the way, or if it's on the way, it may not be.
So the bank itself is in town. Mm-hmm. Berlin's Manor is it's in a kind of a corner of the city next to the wall, and your manor is about an hour outside the city. So Berlin's Manor is in fact on the way to yours.
So we'll stop by her place.
Sure.
Sounds good.
Okay.
Maybe she'll feed us.
She always does.
Well, you are unannounced guests, my dear.
We were unannounced last time.
That is true.
The precedence has been set.
Well, anything for my burgeoning bloodlords.
Especially Lysander and his appetite.
That is correct.
So again, you're met at the gate by the mummy kind of head of the guard, captain of the guard, and they request to know. They're starting to get used to you popping by, and after you state your business, the brutes, the zombie brutes that are manning the gate, actually pull it open for you, and Murik is now waiting on the path to guide you up to the manor. He dispenses with the pleasantries and says, "Please follow me." Takes you inside and announces that Berlin will be with you shortly. So you have a seat in the that sitting room. There is a service of tea that Reacher brings, just like before, and they are also starting to bring items that each of you would probably enjoy. Based on your taste that you've shown so far, there is a carafe of red fluid for our for Ophelia's
Only the best vintage.
pleasure.
Sorry, he looked at me,
And,
so I grinned. I have fangs.
Like, cool story.
Cool story, bro.
Yeah, he's used to it. He's been a carter in Geb for a while. He's seen
Something.
Yep, I've been around.
he's seen some shit.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I've seen shit that walks out in the daylight.
Very likely, because
so
yeah,
no,
dampiers are not super rare here in Geb.
Nobody just knows how they're created.
That's true.
They're here, but
They
nobody
are.
knows how they're created.
There are some prevailing theories,
I'm
but
sure
we
there
won't
was.
go into that.
I'm sure there was like 15 theories in those ledgers.
I bet there is. If you took the
Bet.
time to look into it, she might have thought about that. But after a few minutes, Berlin finally does join you in the room. She thumps in with her staff with that pig skull on the top. Oh, I'm so happy to see you. Please, enjoy yourselves. Don't mind me. I'll just have a spot of tea. I've eaten already, you see. Well, I suppose one biscuit won't hurt, will it?
Not
And
at all.
She'll take from the platter and start nibbling at it as she's kicking her feet and listening excitedly to what it is you have to tell her. So, tell me, what have you been getting into with your investigation into this three-fingered hand?
Well,
Go ahead.
we just exited the bank.
Oh my. Yes. Remind me again, why did you go to the bank?
So we found a key in our manor
Yes,
That
yes,
is
I believe you told me about that.
connected to the bank,
Interesting.
and we went to investigate. And while we were in the bank, we found more three-finger hand
Corpses.
corpses in the bank.
What do you suppose that means?
They were in the bank
Looking for something.
looking for something. There was the leader of this said group was accosting the bone shards for a key.
Ah, yes, yes. She must have wanted something in that bank.
Correct. And I think they were there looking for, I think, what we found.
Another important thing to note is this poisoning investigation continues to unfold. We found a chest full of containers with tremor paste and an unfortunately killed person next to the chest. And I believe that the irritation around his mouth from what he ingested was the combination of the brain grit and tremor paste. To the best of my forensic knowledge, I suppose.
So your current belief is that if you combine these two things, that it could kill quick.
That's what I could tell based on the indications of his wounds.
That's the conclusion that we are coming to.
That is
Does the name Sallows mean anything to you?
Sallows. I've not heard this name. Is this the person that the crate was shipped to?
It was the return name on the shipping label on one of the crates.
It's not ringing a bell. I'll have to think on it. I wonder if that means. That's so bizarre. But did you get any closer to finding this kept getter?
We do have a lead. We found some flasks on the gentleman that passed, and it seemed that may have, and as well as some of the other cultists, had worked at the Crooked Coffin brewery in town, in the Court of Ghouls. So that may be some kind of recruiting center or front for the Three Fingered Hands operations.
That place is a dive. I've never even visited it. I
Seems like a safe place out of your watchful eye.
Well, Zareth seemed to know a lot about it, so perhaps he's been before.
I've stopped by.
I would say I'm disappointed, Zareth, but I can't fault someone for a liking of cheap ale. It's not to my taste, but whatever floats your boat, as they say. But interesting. I think as I look into this more, I'm certain that this brewery needs some checking out. What else did you find at the bank?
Well,
pull out the scroll.
This was in a hidden room in a hidden room.
Oh, so this must have been needed to remain very secure.
Yes, this was opened by the key that was found in our manor, in which we had to speak a set of words to open the door. And that whole compartment and that whole room was behind another hidden door. Once we got in the room, a chamber in the floor opened like magic. And inside was this scroll case. And to the best of our ability, we think that you would be most interested in the legal document that sits inside that scroll case.
A legal document, you
Correct.
say? This is fascinating, if I may.
It's the contract for the bank.
Oh, and she'll take the scroll and she'll kind of, you watch her as she's perusing. Please, just a moment. And then she'll pull out this little set of wireframe glasses and put it on her little nose. Oh, that's about, yes. Oh.
Can I want to
I'm sorry, what?
I want to specifically, I'm eating my biscuit and I'm watching her face I want a sense motive. As she's reading, when she gets to the part where it's like, oh, and after all this is done, the builders are in control of this bank.
I think I want one too.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Anyone else while I'm rolling dice?
No, that's all right.
Okay. So the two most suspicious of our lot scan her eyes as she's reading, and you do see her eyebrows sort of raise, and her lips kind of tense in just a moment. This is very, very interesting. If the Builders League were to recall this, whoever signed this contract, if they were to know of it, they could take this to the very halls of Mekatar and argue their case and prove that they are, in fact, in charge of the bank and its contents, and the celebrants technically did not have a legal claim to the wealth they took. But what impact would that have on the court of Geb and this acquired wealth? Would he just hand it back over? This is very tense. It's very troubling. If you don't mind, I would like to take this document to the governor here in Grey Dirge and have him advise us on the best steps forward on how to deal with this revelation. While I am setting a meeting with the governor, I would very much like for you to check out this brewery, and if they are in fact doing anything in there to poison the quick of my city, I want them dealt with. And I trust that this group here would be the ones to do it. Do we have an agreement?
Oh yes, we'll look into it.
We do. We trust that this information is extremely valuable, and we thank you for the trust that you've put in us, and hopefully we'll do the same right with you to do what's best for Grey Dirge with this information.
I certainly appreciate this, and of course we will keep this private. I will set the meeting with the governor. We will not reveal anything until we have the meeting set with the governor, because this may have far-reaching impact, both here and abroad. Well, in Mekatar anyway. Until then, I would definitely deal with this Kepgeda and her little band of brewers and put a stop to this poisoning attempt. Anyway, as you know, I'm very, very bad. Just one more cookie, if you don't mind. This is so good. And yes, and she'll nibble away. Yes, I must get back to work. You understand. But please, come back with me once you know what's going on at this brewery, and if in fact Kepgeta has been dealt with. Until then, toodaloo. And she stomps out, and as she's stomping out, you can just hear her say, Salos, 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 Salos.
Interesting. Okay. I suppose we head back to the manor.
Yeah.
Should we blindfold Zareth so he doesn't know how to get there? Or?
100%.
Okay, cool.
Do you submit to this blindfolding?
I do not.
Okay, roll for initiative.
We leave him with leave him at the gate.
I'm just ribbing you. You've more than proven your worth, for sure.
I mean, it's not exactly a secret way. It's
Yeah, he's going to find it.
Pretty much right down the road outside of town for about an hour. So the sun is starting to sink low in the evening, and the city itself, as you move through towards the gates, to the southern gates of Greydirge to head to your manor, Bloodstone Manor, I believe is
correct.
The name. Sunset, and it is starting to get more and more bustling in the streets, as you know that nighttime is the right time here in Deb.
That's right.
For fight time.
Yeah.
But right now it's the right time for nap time.
sure is.
Yes, so you make your way about an hour down the road, and you come upon this manor that's kind of in a more classical architecture. You've seen buildings like this, and you know this is kind of an older style. It's kind of a red brick building with some bones like interlaced in the masonry, and it's just a square building with no windows, and at the very top is a dome. At the top of that dome is an irregular shaped red crystalline stone. And they lead you to the front door.
Do we have like keys for this building, or is
Yes,
it just
you would have keys. Yeah.
Yeah. We do that like jingle twice, jingle, jingle, jingle,
like,
and then
what is the password?
right. Mert says,
What are the things used for knowledge?
and then you have to whisper, and then you go in. You just put all these like facade trapped things in front of them.
That is incorrect.
No.
I heard a ghost.
Yeah, like all the pavers were like skipping like hopscotch up to the door to like.
But it is still fairly run down. Like the outside, there's a wrought iron fence around roughly an acre of land. That fence is kind of in disrepair.
I love it.
The yard itself needs some work.
Sure.
But yeah, it is a manor that is all the property of your new friends.
Sure.
They open the door for you, and inside is kind of an entry foyer. There's a coat room off to the side. It opens up onto a kind of a courtyard, an interior courtyard, and the sunset is shining through that red crystalline dome, dappling through and creating this sense of like red kind of shimmering patterns in this building. And off in the distance you can see a dining room with a long table. A single hand kind of skitters across the table for just a moment. And
You don't mind sleeping in a coffin, do you? Because the last person that had the room you're going to be sleeping in kind of was a vampire.
I suppose there was an extra room upstairs, though, right? I mean, we had 4 small suites and then the master, which.
Yeah, we put a coffin in her room.
I guess that's true. So perhaps we could move that and leave the regular bed in there for this gentleman.
Yes, if you'll show me to my quarters, I could use a rest, but have you guys thought of tidying up a bit here?
With what time?
Yeah, we've been quite busy. By the way, get out of my room. Sleeping.
okay. So Lysander closes the door on his master suite,
Nice chat.
and you hear a little click as he engages the lock. And with that, everyone's going to take a little break because we're at that time.
Yes.
So we'll go ahead and step away for a little bit. I will pull up chat and hang out for a little bit and talk to anybody who has any questions or observations or kudos, whatever it is you want to talk about. I'm here for it until everybody else gets back, and then I'll step away for a second. Then we'll get right back to the action. So don't go away because we're going to stay here and hang out.
Absolutely.
And get right back into what's going on at this Crooked Coffin Tavern and Brewery.
I'm excited.
Me too. So we're going to cut the cameras, Teach, so we can switch out maps, and we can maybe just cut it to just the GM cam. Perfect. And then we'll work on switching out this map here. I'll remove the miniatures.
The miniatures, yes, must be removed.
Yeah, we don't want those swept away.
I don't think there's any questions
if you
in
wanna,
chat.
If you want to grab it out.
Hello,
I don't know
everyone.
if it'll. Well, shoot. Yeah,
did
just
see-
yeah. There you go. Just
I did see
magic.
someone said something about not getting the crystal, the gem heads collection in their Burger King.
Is that coming soon?
Oh,
And their bacon's meal.
I was thinking the same thing. Like, how many Happy Meals would someone have to get the full set of?
Well, at least 4, right? But you have to probably wait multiple weeks, don't you?
Yep.
Because usually
It's
they
the
rotate the
foreheads,
toys every week.
It also helps if you know somebody.
oh, we should have asked if there was a collector that she knew.
Well, we can always kind of, hand wave that maybe during the conversation you did bring that up.
I mean, they are actually hanging on my belt.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense that you maybe would have asked about that and known where to go to offload those. That's not a
Yes.
problem. I think we covered the important parts of that conversation,
Most.
which is, the contract and
Yes. Definitely important parts of that conversation.
yeah.
She
Yeah,
did not
so-
seem too pleased with some of that information.
No, I think it was a surprise to her that these factions were vying over this bank, and that it may have far-reaching implications as far as like financial implications, and it may impact Geb's Corp because all
Everyone.
this money and all this wealth has been kind of centralized to Mekatar. Now it's a bank, right? So it's the people's money, but that bank is making money off of that money while it's in there, as banks are known to do. So that all those coffers are now generating wealth for Geb instead of the city of Great Urge and the tax collectors union here.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of political chicanery going on.
It certainly is interesting.
It really is.
Yeah, and it kind of adds a new layer to the overall, like, what's really going on here. Are they involved in this poisoning plot, or are they just secondary to what's going on?
Boy, that's a big map.
You don't know. It's all black.
Better.
Fog of war.
Where the hell did you find black post-it notes?
He
Those are
ordered
Fog
them.
of War stickers.
Ye old depot of the office.
The Court of Ghouls is the marketplace in Great Ridge.
Yeah, that's really cool. But I'm sure you can have them couriered in from.
That's right, the Carters.
Yeah.
Probably like Minkai or Tinja would be like the most developed paper.
Yeah, that's probably where it would come from. Well, thanks everybody for hanging out, and whether you're lurking or actively watching and participating in the chat, we appreciate you. If you are not already, if you are watching here on Twitch, be sure to follow the channel if you're not already. And if you're watching on YouTube, we are simulcasting on YouTube.
Yep, we got a few over there. I was just speaking to see if we had any action going on the YouTube side.
Appreciate that. Yeah. If you are watching on YouTube, then be sure to subscribe there. Both of those things don't cost you anything, but it helps us immensely generating this content and getting it out to more and more people. The more people see this, the happier we are, and that means we can make more and better stuff for you, and the happier you'll be. So it's a we scratch
Big
our
happy,
back and
happy circle.
yeah, happy
right.
circle of back scratching and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
But,
don't necessarily just want to keep doing this just for ourselves. We want to also build a community around it, right? So we want to have you guys involved, and you want you guys participating, because that's what makes it all worthwhile.
Absolutely.
It's fun to roll dice with friends, but it's also fun to interact with everybody and build something together.
Yes, exactly. So while you're there, speaking of building things together, check out the link to the Discord. You can communicate with us via the Discord. Even when we're not online, you can hang out and talk to cast and crew, ask questions about the show, ask questions about the rules, ask questions about the setting of Galarian and the world that Paizo has created to play Pathfinder in. You can also ask questions about Iota Dree, which is the setting that our seer created to play originally Dungeons and Dragons in, right?
Right.
But has converted that over to Pathfinder 2nd Edition, and they are playing that every Tuesday at 6 o'clock. So we have all kinds of stuff going on for you guys here to bring this joy of tabletop role-playing games to a larger and larger audience. Because it is fun to hang out at the table with your buddies, and everyone here we're buddies. Some of us longer than others, but we are all fast friends here, and you can kind of tell at the table that we have this chemistry, this camaraderie. So we want to share that with everyone out there. So you can continue that camaraderie in that Discord channel and hang out with us.
Absolutely.
Did we talk about popcorn today?
We have not. I suppose I can do that here at the break and again at the end of the show. So I'll give that to you, Mike, since you have all the details. But,
Sure. So if you are in the Indianapolis area or in a surrounding area of Indianapolis, PopCon is at the end of this month. It is the 24th, 25th, 26th. Let me double check before I put my foot in my mouth.
It's Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Yep.
Actually.
Right, 100%.
We can do that next week.
It is the 27th, 28th, and 29th.
Yeah, 27, 28, 29th. I literally, you beat me to it.
Sorry.
Thank you, Jenny. She just messaged me too. So 27.
We're all racing to figure it out.
Right, 100%.
Come on already.
27, 28, and 29th. If you are local to the Indianapolis area, we will be at PopCon Indy. That is down in the convention center at Indianapolis. Also, the location of Gen Con, if you are coming for those kind of things, just so you kind of have the whereabouts of what you're doing, where you're going. We will be in room 134 inside the convention center, and the cool part about it is, though we always support PopCon and what they're doing there because they support us.
Yep.
So go get your ticket and come and hang out and have a great weekend with us. But the room that we're in, you don't actually need a pass to get to. It's in the hallway, so you can come and see us. It doesn't cost you anything. But man, we do want to have you support PopCon because they do support us. So we have a very lucrative partnership growing with them, and man, it would be a great time for you to come and hang out. We are going to play. We have a big outline of bar fights for bonding, and if you don't know what that is, that's great because we'll teach you, and it's going to be super fun. It's essentially a party game type interaction game. That's like do what?
Kinesthetic.
Yeah, whatever that word is. It's a you're going to move around the room, you're going to throw a big dice, and you're going to do some damage, and the last one standing wins. And I think the way we have it worked out this year is we're going to play on Friday night and Saturday and Sunday. If you play on Friday and you win one of the games on Friday, Friday night will be, or Friday evening will be like a Friday's championship round. So all the winners will be invited back. And I am in talks with the owners of PopCon to have a really cool offering for that prize.
A little swag bag or something?
Yeah,
That's
but
awesome.
I can't talk about it yet because I haven't got all the confirmation yet. But so the winner of the championship round will get the little swag bag. And so they'll be there. That'll be on Friday and Saturday, and we'll do one on Sunday so that there'll be a chance for 3.
That'll be a blast. That'll be so fun.
I'm
always here for an elimination style.
Dude, yeah, it's so good.
Yep.
We played it in Louisville when we went there, and we had a whole time slot of stuff where we were planning on doing streaming stuff and doing games. We literally axed everything, and we just ran bar fights for bonding all weekend, and it was a huge success. Super fun.
Yeah, that'll be so fun.
Sounds great.
Yeah, again, so 27th, 28th, and 29th in Indianapolis, PopCon. Look it up. You can look it up on the website, PopCon Indy, and we'd love to see you. Come hang out.
Yep.
We are also working on some other events that we are going to put on. Maybe a come play your favorite character, come play your favorite member of the group. Maybe who knows? We have some other things brewing that we are going to sprinkle in as the weekend goes, and so we'll check the calendar there for PopCon and follow along.
I would love to see you guys there. Seriously.
Absolutely, yeah.
An elite encounter of your very own?
That's right. A
Sounds,
personal elite encounter.
Sounds very cool.
That's right.
That's right.
Okay, well, I'm going to step away for a sec for my own elite encounter.
Not to be related to the elite encounter you could have at PopCon.
Right. That was a terrible, terrible joke. I'm going to go upstairs and think about it.
You should go shun yourself.
I am. I'm going to stand in the corner.
I need that.
Think about it.
I need that fort save.
You're gonna be paralyzed.
You're gonna be paralyzed.
for a little bit.
Yeah,
Okay.
good
But
callback.
I'll return. So in the meanwhile,
Oh yeah, we'll continue the banter for sure.
talk amongst yourselves.
Yeah, as
got
we
it.
do.
Thanks, Dad. I think we got this.
Speaking of paralyzed and fort saves, we've seen some crazy. I feel like I say every week, but we see crazy creatures.
Oh, dude.
Oh.
And that was nuts.
Yeah, the I guess I don't know. Bestiary is maybe not the right word, but the bestiary for this AP is so unique, so different, and it's got these crazy like horror feel. It's so fun.
I feel like I'm blown away every week, not just with the creatures, but also like Patrick's way of bringing them to life and like portraying the creatures.
Oh, yeah.
Sure.
And the way we interact with them is just.
Yeah. This is the second bone construct that we've dealt with in this AP so far.
And they both were around the bank, right? You had the bone construct thing out front, the little skittering hand.
Those, I guess then a third, because those,
We had
that,
one in
and
our
then the rib scrambler,
Oh,
whatever
yeah.
it was called. Basically
yeah.
like a scorpion made out of a rib cage.
Yeah.
And that was really bad for Mert because it just wrapped right around him and
Yeah.
Face hugger style.
yeah. And one of the things about Mert, him being a ghost and channeling this kind of spiritual energy when he rages, that don't fly against things that are machines, right?
For sure, yeah.
No, not at all.
So how do we feel? At times, I think we're taking like huge steps forward and like uncovering lots of things,
Oh, I
and then
know.
I'm like, and then sometimes I'm like, man, I feel like we've taken 3 steps backwards and I don't know anything.
I feel a bit like Taligmet in the
Yeah.
bank with like conspiracy board, where it's like I feel like I got the pieces together, and then we're back to the drawing board when we find some new piece that
Yes.
like doesn't fit into the puzzle.
Yeah.
I
So-
want to get like a big whiteboard with the red yarn.
Yes, exactly.
Just
wait.
Oh my gosh.
yes, 100%.
That is definitely how I feel, and I think it should feel that way in this kind of like political jockeying, like this intrigue that we're dealing with is complex, deep, and there are a lot of players involved. I think that we're going to be dealing with this kind of political intrigue probably for most of the AP, right? So
yeah.
And I think you're closer to correct than not when you were talking about like eventually we're gonna have to start keeping things to ourselves as we're setting out on our own, right?
yeah, we don't have enough cards in our hand yet, but there may become a time where we do have the cards in our hand and say, you know what, we're going to pick
Yeah.
who we want to favor and,
Yeah.
and which faction we want to see come to power,
Yep.
and we want to have a place in that faction, whatever
Right.
that is.
And
That's true.
like we were talking before, like man, when you think about it as a like political growth with your character in this
Sure.
area that you're gonna like represent or be over or whatever, you're just like at some point you have to be like, yes, I'm a good little minion and I'll do exactly what you ask me to do, and then you're like, you just like little switch flips in your head and you're like,
It's time now.
no, I have all these cards and you can,
Right.
yeah, I've ascended the mountain.
Yeah. I've outgrown you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. And I think too, like each of us as individuals may have different motivations and perhaps different values that are going to impact how we interact with the factions too, right? Like
100%.
Mert's background, or at least his living life as some kind of accountant or something, definitely leans him more towards the Tact Collectors Union.
Sure.
Perhaps, for Zareth, he's more into the Carter's Guild or Carter's Consortium.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I worked closely with them. So.
Yeah. So you may be have more connections there and may lean to favor them, which would be interesting when we may have to pick between them.
Yep.
And that may create some tension in the party for sure.
Yeah.
Because it seems like everybody's it's very cutthroat, the Bloodlord hierarchy, right?
Well, and so if you think about it, right? So there's 5 of us.
Yeah.
Are we all going to be a bloodlord like Berlin and have a whole huge jurisdiction that is going to be we're in charge of, or are we going to be like a bloodlord group.
Conglomerate?
Yeah,
Yeah.
if we all become very, I mean, I think bloodlords come in tiers, but
Yeah.
if we all became very powerful bloodlords, I mean, we could have influence over a majority of Geb almost.
Oh
right?
yeah.
How many guilds are there?
How many? 6?
I think there's
there
I think
6?
there's 6.
Damn it.
The Bloodlords Player's Guide, free to download off
Check it
Paizo's
out,
website.
yeah.
Check it out, read it, give you all the information on the background, and as well as a blurb for each
You're supposed to know these things.
guild.
Or you could just ask me. It's 5.
Yes, it's 5. Yes.
There are 5 great factions. So there are a number of factions that are always vying for power in Geb.
Right.
There are
She's got it
currently-
printed out over here.
Oh my gosh,
So,
Skullbone!
Oh,
I love that. You got the entire Player's
that's so
Guide ready to rock.
awesome.
You know what?
you.
For that kind of preparation, yes, that's
Oh my goodness.
so if we each become a
Look at
part of a
that.
different guild, and we are a conglomerate,
Yeah, we'll
we
just
can
be the
make
head of
headway
each
in
guild.
Oh, that's
So-
an interesting idea.
Yeah, right.
bonus question for extra credit. How many bloodlords are there?
Ooh,
Like
60?
60?
All of them? Wow. We were on that. I'm kind of surprised, honestly.
So it is kind of like you
I
can think of it as
remember
kind of like the
it's a
Senate,
big number.
right?
Yeah.
You have the king, Geb, and the day-to-day administration of the nation is handled by the 60 bloodlords.
Yep.
And Geb's is kind of, well, he's been kind of a figurehead for centuries, but he's starting to kind of take a little bit more control.
Well, we're going to be his top council of 5.
Well, that's what I was kind of getting at, right? So I don't see them going from 60 to 65. So we're gonna have to either oust 5 bloodlords or
Those are losses that are acceptable.
I mean, I agree. So we're setting up the inner circle, I guess. We're the 5 inner circle that lead the 60. Okay.
But it is, I definitely think it is a house of cards. Like, we can't just
yeah.
go off somebody and take their spot. That's
Yeah,
not how this works.
for sure.
Says you.
Well, we can certainly try,
If
as
you-
a GM would say. Right?
If you kill a bloodlord, do you usurp its power?
Yeah, it's not.
There can be only 60!
Yeah, it's not that franchise. These are all interesting questions and all interesting things to think about in your future.
Right.
But you got to get to the future
Yeah.
first.
It's true. All big dreams.
Okay.
These
We're all
are
dreaming.
all interesting things that Patrick's going, what did I get myself into?
Oh no, I love it. I love it. This is because this is the whole point of this AP is to eventually become bloodlords, right?
Yeah.
That's the title
we're
of the
going.
adventure path, and you just might find yourselves getting there. But first, it's baby steps.
Yep.
Baby steps. Next baby step you're going to take, level 3.
All right. Oh, man. That's exciting.
You guys have your evening in the manor.
Yeah, baby.
You, I don't know how much time you spend showing Zareth around, or you just let him kind of explore on his own.
Here's this random dead
He's
tattooed
still
guy.
he's still blindfolded, so I don't even know what you're talking about.
Yeah, you guys have no idea.
I did
what's
not
going on.
consent to that.
We didn't ask. We're
Here's the
bloodlords.
That's right.
Don't mess with our good.
Here's the spot where we killed the poor little grave troll out back.
Yep.
He didn't have any babies in there, or we would have sold them.
Yeah, we couldn't find the babies.
Yes, lots of horrible memories come flooding back, and if you're not sure what we're talking about, go back and watch the episodes. They are totally available to watch on YouTube.
They're not horrible memories.
Rank 2 spells, baby.
Oh, no.
I didn't even think about that.
That's big.
Oh shoot, I
That's
didn't.
real big.
That
I
means I'm
didn't
going to need
select
better
those.
monsters. Let's see, do I have them?
You got like pages and pages of better monsters.
Maybe.
Oh yeah.
Got some good
I didn't
choices.
select my
You're
spells.
level 2.
You better get
But-
that figured out.
Oh, we'll figure it out.
Hey, listen. I'm looking at these, and there's some interesting.
I'm sure there are.
Okay. And remember,
Interesting.
your familiar will know a certain amount,
Yes.
and you can prepare a certain amount out of those every morning, and you can switch them up every morning, just like a wizard with a spell book.
Yep.
So very, very cool. So yeah, don't tell me what you're choosing. I want to see it kind of happen at the table. I want to get surprised. Now, eventually, you're going to share with me on our little interface where I know.
Or maybe I
what's
won't.
No, I will disconnect.
I
Disconnect.
have to have a discussion. It'll happen off air.
He's just going to pick them for you.
Yeah. That's not what's on your list. I'm sorry.
Yep. I'll pick detect magic, and detect magic.
all of it.
All your slots are detect
Those are
magic. I'm sorry.
That's a cantrip, and
You've
no.
heightened it. You've heightened it to level 1 for no reason other than he's
right.
just burning spell slots.
Yep. That's what you
Okay,
get.
this one's pretty cool.
Oh man, yeah. There's a lot of great choices.
Considering how many things have bitten us, I think we'll take that one.
There you
Okay, so I'm gonna So we should be third level. We should be ready to third level. And I think
ready.
there's going to be some choices, right? There's going to be some, you want to prepare your spells. You're going to want to like think about what you do. What are you doing in the morning? Do you sleep the whole night through and then wake up in the morning to get ready to head down to the brewery, or what are you gonna do on the next day?
I want to spend some time to try to, like, I wake up in my new bedroom, and I want to take some time to try to fix up my shield.
Oh, yeah, that's a good call. So yeah, go ahead and give that
25 crafting.
That is a success.
Okay.
So you restore a certain number of hit points to the shield based on your proficiency.
Yeah.
And at trained, which I believe you're trained in crafting.
You would get 10.
Yes, that is correct. All right. That's not skullbone, but that's pretty good.
Thanks.
I am investing in the cauldron.
Ooh.
Investing with it.
Okay. Starting to play around with that walking cauldron that Berlin gave you.
Very cool.
Interesting. Okay.
It's like she gave it to us. One of us should probably learn how to use it.
Sure.
Makes sense.
Interesting. You
Now,
seem to
remind
be
me
the one
again-
that would most likely to use it.
Yeah. Does that function as a full alchemist lab or as an alchemist toolkit, or what's the?
Hold on. I did add this to my gear.
Okay.
What is it?
I just don't remember off the top of my head.
Yeah. I think you're on the right track though. That it basically just follows you around and you got it ready to go.
Yeah, I think it holds a certain amount of stuff in it.
Goop.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
You're good. It's a
it
wall
carries
of
up
text.
to 2 bulk of ingredients for potions and other liquids
Nice.
Okay.
while it follows you.
So it doesn't technically function as alchemist tools then. So I think if
No,
you're gonna,
it can be used as a suitable tool to craft potions, oils, or other liquids.
Okay. So
Okay.
alchemist things that are liquid, which is
sounds
most of
reasonable to
them.
me.
But it also follows me around.
Yeah.
Yep.
Do you want it to follow you around for the day?
Yeah, I'm investing in it. So.
Okay.
so cool.
All the way to the brewery?
No, not that far.
Okay. Just wanted to make sure. But as you're walking around the manor,
Not
it's
sure
just
how
kind of
investing works. Like,
you have to spend some time just putting your personal energy into this magic item, and you're limited to the amount of personal magical essence you can put into magical items every day.
okay.
Typically for a normal person that's 10, right? So I think you're okay. You basically just spend some time every morning and go, I pick you. Walking cauldron, I choose you. And you have it for the day, you're ready to roll. Now, as you start getting stacked up with magic items, you'll have to kind of pick and choose, but I think we're very far
we're
away
safe.
from there.
Yeah.
I think I like the cauldron anyways. It's kind of like the tools. I could get something better.
Yeah, it's very thematic, and you can always, purchase some alchemist tools or build an alchemist
could.
lab
Sure.
in your manor. All those things are available to you.
There's
If that's the kind
probably-
of thing you're dabbling in, I don't know.
There might
That
be
being said,
something.
too, the full plate armor and the +1 scythe that we left at the manor that were Persephone's when she left, we may have some use for those. I'll show Zareth the plate specifically. Like, perhaps this may be of use to you. I don't know. I may take the scythe. Let's see if I can.
It certainly is
handle the
nice.
bulk.
I don't think it would fit my style
Okay.
of fighting.
The scythe or the plate?
The plate. Well, both.
Yeah, I think the plate ends up slowing you down a little bit.
Yeah.
And you have those abilities that like you kind of dash around the battlefield. So yeah, maybe it wouldn't behoove
Fit
you
your
as
style.
much.
Yeah.
So that could be something that could be potentially sold if you find the right buyer. Or you can hold on to it for
Yeah, if that doesn't
or-
interest him, then perhaps that is the best move. And but I will take the scythe with me. I think I can handle it. Ooh.
Yeah, you should be able to.
Yeah, I can carry that, no problem. So
Okay. All right. Anything else that anybody wants to do before we
ready to go.
brewery?
Alara's gonna go look for Greybeak.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Greybeak.
Yeah. So
I'm also gonna kind of like walk around and check on people and see if they need healing.
very nice.
Is it any injuries, even if they're minor? Just checking on people a little obnoxiously.
Because I don't think that honestly everybody's at full even after the night's rest and the 3-action harm. I think there might be some.
So
still
Remy could
hurting.
use.
I'm fine.
Remy could use some help.
Okay.
I'm good.
Okay. That is 19 to heal Remy.
Fantastic. That'll be a 2d8 stitching flesh on Remington.
That is 10 points.
He'll be good.
Okay.
All right. So after kind of wandering around the manor with your healing tools, like morning,
Hello, everybody.
stitch time.
Do you want to see our dungeon?
Sure.
Okay.
She leads you down this spiral staircase into a basement that is not lit. It's completely dark down here. Can you see in the dark? I don't
Nope.
think so. Do you have a light source?
I'll pull out a
He says-
torch
I don't think so.
and light the torch.
Okay. So yeah, the torchlight reflects around this kind of stone, and off in the distance you can just make out this kind of weird splurping, burbling sound.
Here are our cells.
Yeah, so she points out a line of cells, and as you look, there's the walls of the cells are made completely of skulls.
It certainly is very interesting.
You want to see the scrying pool?
Well, perhaps we should focus on our task for now.
You're not interested in the burbling noise?
Okay.
That's,
well,
that's another note to the viewers if you don't know what we're talking about to go back to the
Yes.
And as you turn to walk back up the stairs, just out of the corner of your eye, you see this weird bug thing kind of
oh
skitter
geez.
across the
No. So we're heading to the bar, the dive bar.
I think so.
It'll take you to the dive bar. Okay, so now we're back into town. Are you waiting for nightfall, or are you just going to head on in during the day? Okay.
Hey, we're rested and nobody's gonna die in the light, so.
That's a good
Yeah,
point. Yeah.
that's it.
So we're back to daytime adventuring. All right. So
We'll switch it up.
circadian rhythms are all thrown off.
Right.
Okay. Everybody takes a -2 status penalty to
Oh,
all.
oh, okay.
No, I'm just kidding. Circadian penalty. Okay. So you make your way the hour back into the gates of Grey Dirge. It's not as busy during the day as it is during the night, because the quick population is more out and about during
Sure.
the day.
This might be the good time to go to the bar then, considering the quick seem to be all of the members of this three-finger hand that we've encountered so far.
That's true.
That's an interesting point. You find your way back to the Court of Ghouls, which is the large kind of marketplace. So there are kind of canvas, tent overhangs. There are lines of banners and pennants advertising various wares. You know your way around here, Zareth, and you can follow the map in the Poor Unfortunate Soul's journal back to this intersection, and you find this kind of section of the Court of Ghouls where a number of these kind of pavilions have been kind of grouped together and a small kind of wall built around them. There's no signage, but you know that you're in this at the right place, the intersection in the map. And you look around off to your left, and in the shadows there's a small kind of entryway into it kind of goes into the darkness. The sun is blocked out by the overhanging canvases, but there is some flickering torchlight, candlelight coming from inside this entryway, and you can just make out inside the sound of tavern goers. You can maybe make out the smell of stale beer, piss, and you think you're in the right place. The old Crooked Coffin Tavern.
Sounds like a dive bar.
What do you do?
Smells like a dive bar.
It does.
It must be a dive bar.
Well,
No offense to dive bars.
All the offense.
We love you. Don't sue us.
Hey, I'm a dive bar. I take offense to
The
that.
bedrock of our communities.
Right. If you say so.
Dig deep.
A jagged archway of grinning skulls, one of many such archways in the surrounding market, leads to a dim passageway with a ceiling of canvas and interlocking bones. Another archway you can just see in the darkness leads to a spacious room to the east. There is an iron grate that blocks any passage to the south.
Is there people in the bar?
You can hear people. It's kind of the low, kind of mumbled conversations. Maybe the clink of a clay mug on a wooden plank.
We're gonna stick out like sore thumbs going in here.
You're telling me.
I suppose I'll step in and walk up to the bar and order a beer.
Okay, so you just boldly tromp on in there. Okay. So you make your way into the bar, and you notice that there, again, it's kind of dimly lit. The bar itself, I'll describe with the text from the actual adventure, but there are a few patrons kind of sitting, kind of slumped over a table. And by table, I mean like a plank of wood balanced on a barrel. And they're sitting on like some rickety stools, just kind of, heads down over their mugs. Behind what looks like the bar is a creature with taut purplish blue skin, and they're just standing behind the bar, wiping the bar surface with a clearly already soiled rag. There are a couple other people just kind of standing about. One is kind of washing mugs on a table. He's got a collection of dirty mugs, probably from the night before. And another one is just kind of sweeping the floor.
Is his rag dirty too? The one doing the...
Probably.
Sorry.
Sure.
It's a dive bar, so...
And,
Yee.
So smoky oil lanterns cast flickering light across the room. Old planks and doors are laid across barrels and crates to make tables and stools. The bar that runs along much of the room's south wall is made of a wooden plank crudely nailed together. Behind the bar, dilapidated shelves hold mugs, small casks, other supplies. The room is sparsely furnished and lacks any decorations of any kind. There's a single wooden door in the south wall behind the bar.
Lower graders to know if the rest of the party would be safe in here, or if it would be hostile to...
So as you're walking in, you just kind of scan the crowd and get a sense of like, this is a bad place. You're not sure if you've actually been here before. It looks a little rough and tumble, but there's nothing to appear like threatening in any way. It's just, a couple humans sweeping the floor, cleaning some mugs, a few quick of, various ancestries leaned over tables, and a ghoul behind the bar.
Okay.
And when you walk in, is he the only one walking in by himself? Or?
I'll follow.
I'll go in.
Okay.
I'll go in.
So as you walk in, she looks up from the bar.
Guess if everyone's going in, I'll go in too.
Oh. She looks over at the guy cleaning the mugs. Looks like we're gonna need more of those mugs cleaned. Please have a seat. What can I get for you? We have a wide selection of ale. It's pretty much one ale available.
I'll take an
I
ale.
have some water. It sounds like one of your companions was kind of parched coming in. For her.
An ale, please.
Okay, one ale. That'll be one copper, if you don't mind. Sir.
Does the name Sallows mean anything to you?
Ooh,
What?
Damn.
just coming in.
This isn't that kind of a bar.
It's coming in hot.
What do you mean? You looking for somebody named Sallows? Look around you. I don't know any of these people here. You pay your copper, you drink your beer, and you go home. Try not to piss on the floor on your way out.
Oh God.
Anyway, 1 copper. She slams a clay mug on the bar. The frothy, watery ale spills out and slops onto the bar. And then this tongue kind of lolls out of her mouth. Anything else?
I'll take an ale.
That's 1 copper for you too. What about your zombie friend there? Does he drink?
No, he's fine.
Okay, well, it's a 2-drink minimum. We're an exclusive
1, 2.
per person.
Is there a sign?
There's never a sign.
Oh, okay.
I'm just fucking with you. Sit down, have an ale. Okay.
Okay.
Anybody else while I've got the keg tapped?
I think I'm good.
I'll pass.
Suit yourself. She goes back to wiping the counter, and the guy's cleaning the mug in the corner and sweeping the floor. People at the table are just kind of like murmuring. There's a zombie in here. What the fuck's up with that mask? Shh. Don't look at him.
The ghouls. I'm gonna get into my backpack and dig something out. And the ghoul's next pass, maybe past the bar in front of me, I'm gonna slide the paper, I'm gonna float it, I guess, the paper towards her that is a scrap of parchment with a 3-fingered hand on it. And just say nothing and make eye contact.
What am I supposed to do with this?
We're looking for a job.
We're not hiring. I don't know. What is this? Is this your resume? I don't even know what this is.
Okay. I'll kind of embarrassingly roll it back up, stick it in my pack, but we had a friend who worked here. We're looking for him. You seen him? I'll give you a deception against that. He was not our friend.
It's not our friend.
It's an
And we
8.
know he's
An
dead.
8 on the deception.
Friend, huh? You don't look like you have very many friends except this group of weirdos here, but... Are you drinking or what? Looking for a job? We're not hiring.
Okay, fine. To smooth things over, yeah. Just, yep. Yeah, just take a beer, thanks.
We're not hiring.
Okay, that's 1 copper.
Yep, I think I can handle that.
How many people are at the table with us? The other group?
So, you guys are up at the bar.
Okay. So
And
just the table behind
there's
us.
like 3 people at the bar, at a table, I'm sorry.
Okay.
And when I say table, it's, again, just this
right.
scrap of
plank
wood.
on some.
When
Yeah.
he says table.
And they're
the-
kind of in the corner near the door.
Okay. All right.
You people new in town or something? I've never seen any of you here before. She kind of,
Yeah,
tongue lolls out and she kind of licks all around her lips.
we're definitely new.
Just motionless, staring at my glass, regretting my decisions, how badly I fumbled the smooth talking.
I love it.
Well, I'm not in real mood to talking, so if you want any more ale, you let me know. Otherwise,
We'll call for you.
that's what I was going for. And she walks over and she's doing something behind the bar, like, looks like maybe she's watering down some bottles.
Important
Go
work
further.
here.
And Alara just looks at the group and goes, "What are you guys doing? What was that? Get your shit together."
The guy walks by with his broom and kind of chuckles.
I was an accountant, not an investigator. I'm sorry.
And shush.
Okay. Does it look like the people at the 3 at the other table are drinking?
Yeah, they're all kind of slumped over some mugs and they're just kind of slowly nursing in them and hushed tones talking amongst themselves. They're clearly eyeballing you, but also like trying not to directly make eye contact. They don't want any trouble.
Sure.
Okay.
Are they curious?
and the door
or
to the
are
s-
they other?
Sounds like a sense motive to me. It seems more like they've just they're kind of, kind of assessing the newcomers, just like you did when you walked in. Is this
Sure.
place going to be dangerous? They're trying. Are these people dangerous?
Are we gonna rob them or kill them?
Yeah, and they clearly, if they're thinking along those lines, you think that they will think twice because they are clearly not armed. At least nothing obvious.
And we are.
And the door to the south is past them?
The door to the south is behind the bar, technically.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the way they drew the map is kind of
I got
needs to
you.
be flip flopped.
Understood.
Okay.
But, yeah, the door
So we can't just walk over the door and check it without
you would
the
have to
ghoul.
go behind
yeah.
the bar.
Got it.
Okay. Alara's gonna go up to the barmaid, and
I've never been called that before.
She's like twirling her tongue with her finger.
Makes me feel pretty.
and and just with I guess you could call this a diplomacy move, but she's going to say
Call it a diplomacy. Okay, go on.
we're gonna go with diplomacy, and she's gonna say, it looks like the three at this table need another round. I'd like to provide that, and a little something for yourself.
She looks over and sees they're still nursing her. I mean, who am I? Okay, it's 3 copper for the ales for those
And
people over there.
I give her 5.
Oh.
All right. She, long, elongated, clawed finger just kind of scrapes them up and scoots them behind the bar into her apron pocket. And she pours 3 ales and plops them on the bar for you.
Awesome. I guess I just stare at them.
I'll walk over and grab them.
Thank you.
Your friend bought these for those gentlemen in the corner.
Sounds good. I'll walk over to the gentleman in the corner.
They slowly look up. Oh shit, she's coming over here. Don't look. But he's got beer. Well, wait.
Hello, gentlemen.
Oh, hello, good sir.
I just kind of take all the mugs and just set them in the middle of the table.
Oh, there's no room for you to be joining us, sadly. There's only 3 stools.
I don't.
This was just, you looked like you needed another round, so this is a gift on us.
What the fuck is that supposed to mean? I don't know, just shut up and tell. Well, thank you. Thank you, kind lady. We thank you, etc. yeah, thanks what he said.
Yeah,
Right.
just
And the other one's just...
want to make sure you're having a lovely day.
Oh, well, you as well, lass. You as well. Oh, that was weird. I don't know what the... Just drink it. It's free. Don't question it. Don't look a gift horse in the mouth, you dumb one.
That's free beer, man.
We'll just get them drunk.
That's right.
They're well on their way, yeah.
Perfect.
All right. I'll go to the bar and talk to the bartender and say that.
You again, another ale?
And so the door's behind the bar, right?
Yes.
Okay. I'm gonna say.
Can I get that door?
Does that door go to the Sallows? What the...
So I'm really interested in this door.
So
That's a nice door you got there.
Okay.
Be ashamed of somebody.
What does Zareth actually say?
yeah. So I work for a supplier. I'm here on a job, and I need access to the door behind you.
What are you talking about? We make our own. here.
Deception roll.
He's not.
Yeah, you can go. Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Where's my initiative die?
18.
I do smell like yeast.
You smell like yeast.
Well, that doesn't. There's nothing on the
walks up,
schedule
it's like-
today.
Yep.
We brew our own. Like, what are you even talking about? What are you distributing? I don't even see anything.
These guns.
You walking in here with your shield up like you're expecting trouble, and then you just order beer? Like, what do you want?
Somebody just hit her.
Have we solved the encounter yet?
Jeez.
I've never seen a party fail so hard.
We got this.
I think they're doing just fine.
18 didn't do anything. 18 deception.
I don't believe you.
I.
All right.
Good lord.
I think you're rolling down.
If I step back around the corner and look at this iron great gate, what can I see beyond it? Like, is there another way into this place other than this door behind the bar counter?
So it's just like an iron fence,
Sure.
really, that is kind of blocking off. And beyond it, you can see like vats where like fermentation. You can smell this overwhelming kind of yeasty smell of alcohol being brewed.
Sure.
And every now and then you can see like it's very dimly lit in there, but you could just make out a shadowy figure like going over and checking something on one of the vats, and you know, maybe another figure like you can just make out like a wooden walkway that goes around the top of the vat, so they can like go up on the top and like work on them, you know, on the contents.
Got it. But is this gate climbable, perhaps?
No.
Noted.
No,
Oh, it goes to the ceiling, basically.
Right.
Okay.
Is
Well-
there any kind? Oh, go.
Oh no, it's fine. Feeling like more powerful and experienced, I'm just gonna close my eyes and try to like wish myself through the gate and try to pass through it. I think I'll just bump into it pretty much.
What the hell are you
But
talking
wishful thinking, I'll try to just like do ghosty things and try to go through it.
Okay, so you
Yeah.
start kind of squeezing your ectoplasm, and you're just kind of bonking up against the gate. And when you do that, you see one of the figures that's on the walkway just kind of point, like, "Oh, I was out of here." And then the figure down by the vat like looks up, and you can tell as she walks into the or they walk into the lamplight, it's another ghoul, and they point like this spoon your way. And "You're not allowed back here. Back in the bar with you."
Yeah, I'll just go back in the bar. It's worth a try.
Is there like when she takes the money, she put it on herself? Is she have like a coin purse or something that is
She
there something
kinda-
valuable behind the bar?
She kind of scraped that copper directly into her apron.
Okay. Is there anything of value that I can notice on or behind the bar?
I mean, what do you consider of value? There's
Something that would be value to her.
There's there's like it's like half-empty liquor bottles. There's the casks of ale. One of them is tapped. There's a bunch of mugs of questionable cleanliness that are ready to fill, and that's
she have
really
an-
it. Maybe another like dirty rag hanging like dripping this.
And is
bar
she wearing
fluid
an
onto the
apron?
floor.
But you said it's like an apron that she has on? Okay. Okay. Alara is going to cast Phantasmal Minion. And which
What are you doing? What are you doing?
What are you doing? What are you doing?
I mean, like discreetly, she'll walk away because I don't have to be right near her to catch it. Sorry.
Discreetly cast a spell.
Oh boy, here we go.
And which will create a creature.
So if you're gonna discreetly do anything, why don't you give me a stealth roll first of all?
All right. Where's my stuff?
I am going to cause a distraction.
Ooh.
Okay,
10.
we'll get back to you.
Really don't think that anything that I was going to do is going to distract these people.
She's like, I'm gonna cast this spell by being
Very,
hit.
very-
She just turns around in her space and goes,
Boogity, boogity, boogity. What are you doing?
What diversion are you pulling off?
"You better be setting the place on fire."
I know, right? I'll call Kiss
Okay.
off of my.
Your tattoo
Tattoo.
just emerges off of you, and this.
They usually
Look over here.
Kind of go.
Yeah. So yeah, they all kind of are watching this happen. But we don't allow pets in here. This is a respectable establishment.
It's not a pet.
It looks like a pet to me. It looks like what is that? A bat? A bat lizard? What is that? Get that.
It's a dimorphodon, and it's technically a tattoo.
I don't see it looking like a tattoo right now.
Well, it's a familiar, but details.
I would like to walk up to said bartender, and I would like to make an impression.
As you're walking,
Doing that.
To negate our impressions, or what?
Yes.
We've most assuredly made an impression.
she waves a long clawed finger. Nemerton, do something about the bat. And the guy with the broom comes over, like wielding
Cool.
the broom to start swatting at your bat. You're coming up to make an impression while she's ordering this guy with the guy with the broom's like, God damn it.
Hold on. No. We'll
Yeah, I
take
don't
care
think
of
you
the
would've-
we'll take care of the bat. There's no
Yes.
sense in getting. It's not all about that. Look,
There's a strict no pets allowed policy here.
where's the sign?
It's right over there.
Yeah. So
I'm the sign. This is my bar. I'm enforcing the rules.
this is your bar.
Yes.
Okay, great. I was going to ask to speak with the manager, but now here we are.
Here we go with one of these.
Yeah. Okay. I'm just going to be upfront
There
and
aren't
honest.
any coupons.
I
I'm
don't,
sorry.
I don't believe in coupons. I'll pay full
Good.
price
I
for
don't
the
either.
good establishment. But here's where we are. I'll just be upfront and honest. You can deal with us, and we'll have some questions, and we need to see the rest of your bar and your establishment, including what's behind door number 1, and I'll point to the door. Or, in the matter of probably 3 or 4 days, the Bloodlord herself will descend on your bar with her group of people, and you will not deny her, and she'll go through your bar with a fine-tooth comb. We're only looking for a small bit of information that has been sourced to your bar, and you can either work with us to help figure that out, or we could have Miss Haldoli come through, and you may not own a bar after she's done.
I don't take kindly to threats.
I'm not threatening you; it's a promise.
Number 1, the bar is what you see.
What's behind
Number
that door?
2, there's no tours of the brewery.
I wasn't asking for a tour. I was asking to be let in.
Yes, we're here on behalf of Bloodlord,
Yeah.
Where's your
Mistress
sign?
Haldoli.
Where's my sign?
Yeah.
That's not how that works.
I have whatever invitation she originally wrote to me that got me to Mekatar, and I will pull it out and show it to her.
That doesn't mean anything to me here.
I was able to produce a sign. Where's your sign?
My sign's right here. And she fucking goes to claw.
Let's
Let's
go.
roll for initiative.
Let's fucking go.
This is definitely going much
Wow.
better.
Let's go.
Definitely make an impression.
Yeah, there was definitely like you and I intimidating at that point. Like, you're gonna let us through this door.
Yeah, I'm going through this door, or I'm going to own a bar.
Yep.
Okay, well, let's see. What is
Won't
this
be the
lady's
first time
name?
we
He's
own a
like,
bar.
let's find a CR 4000 ghoul. Here we go.
Can I skullbone initiative?
It is a D20 roll. If
All
you
right.
want to do
Send that down for me. I'm doing it.
Really?
Oh my
Okay.
gosh.
So you
He's
already
got
rolled the
2.
first one?
Yep.
Was it a shitty roll?
It was a 2,
Okay, well, okay.
and I got an 8. So
Oh my
It's a
gosh.
little better.
That was well worth it. Okay, so let's see what these guys get.
Sometimes you just gotta tell it like it is.
I'm glad you did that because that was getting really annoying.
Yes, so was she.
Did you like-
Laura, what'd you get?
26.
Are you sure? Okay, Ophelia.
16.
Okay, Lysander.
25.
What is going on? Oh yeah, you guys are level 3. Zareth.
19.
Okay. And Bert.
15.
Where were these
Sorry,
rolls 5
17.
minutes ago?
Just saying.
Yeah.
When you needed those fort saves not to be paralyzed.
I would rather do worse
Okay,
than
well,
that.
this will be kind of easy to get into order here, so give me just a second because Alara will be going first. What would you like to do, Alara, with your...
Oh, there's so many fun things to do.
Oh crap! First, let me get you on the map. That would
All
help.
right.
So Lysander was at the bar. So we're gonna kind of move things
Yes,
around
he
because
was.
she's the bar is here, and she's behind it. This map is horrible. Like,
Yeah.
it clearly says the door is behind the bar, and then the bar is over here with the table. Like, come on. So we'll just put her in front of the door. Lysander is like at the bar. There. Okay. This guy is.
Well, maybe
Cleaning.
you know there's the special patrons and they get to sit behind the bar.
I don't know. It's a weird.
And we don't get actual stools. We have to stand and drink.
This is just one of those moments, and I hate to point it out, but there are times when the adventure copy, the written copy, and the cartographers don't go to the meetings or something, and
Yeah.
the book says one thing and the
phoning
map
it
says
in.
something else, and you just got to roll with it, and that's what we'll do. I got no problem with that.
Yeah,
So I'm imagining that Remy is right there with you.
he is.
And you said you were over here. Mert says he was kind of checking out the gate and coming back in the bar.
Sure.
The dudes, as soon as they see shit going down, the three guys that you give the free beer to, oh shit! And they grab their guns, they down real quick, and they run.
Oh shit!
All right.
Told you they were trouble.
This shit's getting sideways. Come on,
And,
Sam.
We'll put a Lars in here somewhere. I think she was buying the beer. Right, there we go. Okay, that seems good. What does Alara do?
All right. Alara is going to cast Noise Blast.
Oh.
Hey, what? Okay.
Yeah. So just this sound, like very loud, lots of sound coming from every direction. It's kind of like laughter mixed with screams, and it concentrates right where she is
Yeah.
for 2d10 sonic damage.
Whoa.
What?
That's 2d10
Right
for those
where
of,
she is.
for those of you listening in the
And
back.
it's a fortitude save.
Okay.
That's crazy.
Wow.
Okay.
That's so good.
Okay, so I do get a fortitude save.
You do.
Oh boy.
Barely.
This is basic fort? Ooh, man.
Probably
Yeah.
should.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, well. How about a 21?
Yeah, that'll be well, and that's against my. Sorry, I didn't know what.
Yeah.
Should be your spell DC, which I think went up by 1.
Yeah,
with
so I was like, I
level.
need to go see what that is.
Yeah. I think it went to 17 now.
Sorry, I always forget which screen that's on. Oh,
You're fine.
it's not on that screen. This is. Which one is it on the? I'm like.
So go to spells.
Yeah, I didn't see it there. Am I going crazy?
It's at the top.
Oh, there it is. DC
Yep.
18. So yes.
Oh, 18. Okay, even better. I still pass. Half
But-
damage.
and then you get.
Just stating the facts quickly.
Love it.
Actually,
Yeah.
And then for a success, not a critical test of success, you take half damage.
Yep.
Okay.
So
Get there.
2d10.
That's still good though.
That's a lot.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's going to hurt.
I mean, I guess you could roll like 2.
And, 12.
Oh, 12? Okay, so I'll take half of 12.
Yes.
That's
Okay.
gosh.
No, that's still great.
Yeah.
Ooh, okay. So yeah, when you do this, you said this explosion of sounds. It
Yeah.
sounds like people screaming
And laughing.
what
And
else?
laughing.
And laughing.
Yeah.
Ugh.
And yeah, she immediately like clamps her long clawed hands up against her long pointed ears, and tongues lolling out. Okay, that's 2 actions.
Yes, and then I will, you know what? Let's go with the classic of Courageous Anthem for the team.
Hey.
Okay,
Always.
Lysander.
I will take a 5-foot step back.
Okay.
That's a lie. That's a lie. I will not move.
All right.
That is a lie. I will spend that action to activate Remy's support ability.
Okay.
He's within 10 feet of the ghoul. He does not have to move. And I will needle darts her.
Okay. Just right there in her face.
Yes, indeed.
That's okay.
That's a 20 to hit.
A 20 is gonna hit.
Great, love that.
Yeah.
So that's now 44.
Oh, okay.
Man. I'm liking these level 3.
4, 5, 6, 7.
Oh no.
4 and 3 ones.
Ooh, that's pretty poopy, but she's still like as these metal needles are just peppering her.
And we'll take 2 poison damage from the rot. from Remy.
Interesting that you would say that. Okay. Anything else?
No.
Okay. Zareth.
I'll hop up on the counter
Ooh,
in front of me.
Give me an athletics.
Athletics.
Yeah, we'll call it a standing high jump.
So if I'm untrained in athletics, do I add?
So you basically just roll and add, I think, your strength.
My strength?
Yeah,
Okay.
there's no proficiency.
So it'd be a dirty 20.
A dirty 20. That's enough to hop up there.
Okay.
Okay. Well,
You see, I'll do a move.
I had you over here though. You weren't in
Yeah,
front of the
I'll do a move to move over there, and then
Okay.
one to hop, I'm
Okay.
assuming,
Okay.
and then one to take a swing.
At the dude with the mug here.
At the ghoul.
You're not in reach of the ghoul.
Well, can I use my movement and the jump to get up
It's a
in
move
reach?
to get there. That's one action.
Okay.
An athletics is an action to jump up there.
Okay.
And then your third action will be to move forward on the bar.
Okay. I misunderstood then. So could I just walk around the bar instead?
Yeah, that was so much cooler.
Fine.
Yeah. Yep.
So you just walk behind the bar,
Yep.
right up to her as she's getting peppered by these metallic needles.
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay, now do we want to?
Now he wants to roll
yes.
the die.
Now I'll take a swing.
All right.
That is a 28 to hit.
Ooh, a 28. That is a critical hit.
Yes.
So double damage. No card because it's not a nat 20, but
Yeah.
double your damage, and that's a deadly weapon.
So that's 9, 18 plus the 1d8. 22 points of damage.
Oh, wow. Okay.
From a machete.
Yeah. You can go ahead and dispatch your foe.
Yeah, I just
Oh, cool. I didn't want to
now we're
head off.
cast anyways.
Now we're going to jail for murder.
Yep. So you just knock the head off of this poor, hapless bartender just doing her job. Thwack. She's dead.
Yep.
Okay. You have an action left. I never even got my turn.
I didn't either.
I'll raise my
Well, there's
shield.
still the guy with the broom, and
Raise your shield?
Yep.
Okay.
yeah, we're not
Okay.
out of combat yet.
So
feels like
at the sight of their boss losing their head behind the bar, the guys out working in the bar spin around like, what the fuck? And they're going to do a couple things.
As would I.
The first one, the guy who's cleaning the mugs grabs a mug from off the table right next to him and just chugs it. You're fucked now.
I love it.
Huh.
This guy's been bouncing bars since he was 12 years old.
Yeah.
And he's going to pick up the table with all the mugs on it,
Oh,
Okay.
and he's going to huck it at you. This is called hasty impediment.
I love it.
The brewer heaves an object and it breaks. Okay. So this object, this guy right here just picks up this table and hucks it at you, and it just splinters onto the floor, and just pieces of clay, crockery, wood splinters from the table, watered down ale just all splatters all over you.
Sounds like difficult terrain.
It is, in fact, difficult terrain. Interesting. Yeah.
Don't remind him.
And I'll need a basic reflex save to kind of duck out of the way of all this flying junk.
All right. That is an 8.
Okay, you will take 6 points of piercing and bludgeoning damage as you just kind of peppered with broken pieces of wood and clay.
You said how many?
6.
6. Okay.
Okay, that's this person here. This person right here with the broom is going to grab a mug of ale off the table where the guys ran out and chug it. Oh, fuck no. You're mine, lass. And then he's going to pick up an empty mug and he's going to bash it on your head. Here we go, Ophelia. A flagon.
Oh, me?
Yep.
What?
Yep, you're right there.
Oh,
20 to hit you. The flagon in the head.
that hits.
Okay. I thought as much. You take 3 points of damage as this mug just kind of splatters off the back of your head to not really great effect. It's more of a bruise than anything lasting. And yeah, they'll start running towards the door.
The door out or the door?
The door.
The door we
Behind
want to
the
go
door.
through.
Door you care about. The door they're like, is Mr. Sallows behind that door?
I'm here about a door. May I see it?
Here's my resume.
We're not hiring.
Ophelia.
It's my turn.
It
Fantastic.
is your turn.
Said person is still within 30 feet of me, correct?
The person who domed you with the mug?
Uh-huh.
Yes.
Okay. I'm gonna need you to make a fortitude save, sir.
Oh. No. I don't like the sound
Is this
of
what I
that
think it
confidence.
is?
Can I make an alcohol lore roll instead?
No.
No.
Okay. That's fortitude, you say?
Yes.
Natural 1.
Yes.
Critical failure.
Oh, my goodness. Oh
Yeah.
my goodness. You're fucked.
She picks up
Oh,
the ale,
really?
slams it down.
Yes.
Okay.
You're fucked.
So, first of all,
There's
you're
a
gonna
first
take
of all.
4d6 of piercing damage.
Oh, okay.
Woo.
What's happening?
I don't know.
I'm concerned.
So,
Yeah.
because I don't know how to exactly. This is just how it's coming to my mind at the moment.
Yeah, roll with
She
it.
just snatch her fingers,
Yeah.
and these like little shadowy worms just start going into this person's flesh.
No.
Oh no.
No. What
Oh,
the
I
hell?
don't like that. Okay.
Whatever spell that is needs to be on my spell list. What is
Okay.
He will be taking 4d6 piercing damage,
Yeah.
and
4d6. Okay, and you rolled that damage.
it
Okay.
is a 16,
Okay, 16.
and a d6 persistent piercing damage.
Oh no.
A D6 persistent piercing.
Okay, so the persistent stuff will
target
take at
takes-
the end of my turn. Yeah.
The target takes full initial and persistent damage and is flat-footed due to the pain as long as it
Fuck yeah,
takes
he is.
persistent damage. But since it was a critical,
Uh huh.
takes double the initial damage
Yes.
Right?
and is also slowed by 1.
Oh my.
Okay, so what is
gosh.
double the initial damage?
32.
Go ahead and dispatch him.
Goodness.
Because he just.
By the way, what
That's
spell was
horrid.
Worms Repast.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's kind of fucked
It
up.
is a witch spell.
Whatever that is cool as shit.
He done repassed away. So
He done repassed. Hey, Ron.
So, these little black shadowy worms just eat away at him,
Ooh, I
and
love it.
he's
yeah, he
batting
just,
it to himself and just falls over like.
just screams like it's like he's just being devoured
Yeah.
by these shadow worms.
Because he is.
Yeah. Fucking cool.
But okay, that, how many actions was that?
2.
Okay, what do you want to do with your third action?
Please just intimidate the other one, for fuck's sake.
That's exactly what I'm gonna
I'm
do.
just saying.
Okay, go ahead and
Damn.
demoralize.
I got one for you too, bitch. Woo!
Yeah, to see your the bartender get beheaded and then the other guy get consumed by worms in front of you
Right?
would be pretty intimidating.
Yeah, no,
I
no
rolled
shit.
a 19.
Heck yes.
So I got a 25 intimidation.
Yes.
You're next.
Okay. You see their eyes just go wide as they're like
Glub,
holding
glub,
it,
glub,
and
glub,
the ale's just like running down their mouth. Mert.
Sit.
I'll
Shit.
run up
The boss said not to piss on the floor.
run up to the one nearest me,
Okay.
drawing my scythe as I come.
Oh, that's scary. Okay.
And then
they're
I
already
will-
intimidated,
Yes.
demoralized. I should
And
say.
then instead of just slashing through her, I will reach out behind her and try to yank her to the ground and trip her.
Ooh, okay.
So I'll give that a go. 17. It's reflex, I think, right?
It is reflex DC, and whoop, they are toppled to the ground.
And that's me. Move, draw, Swing.
Okay. Oh
So
boy.
now this person is just told that you're next. Just got
Yeah.
flopped on their back
Yeah,
by
you're
a
not
ghost
you're not going anywhere.
halfling wielding a scythe.
Yeah. This is not going well for me. Alara. And by me, I mean, the NPCs. I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm not competing against
so
you
we
guys.
so we have the one that's on the ground.
I think that's it.
That's
And,
it,
yeah.
right?
Yeah. There's a decapitated ghoul behind the bar.
Right.
Who's like just
And
black
the
blood
one
oozing
eaten
out
by
of him.
worms,
The one eaten by worms who's right by the door.
and the one we have toppled, which I am assuming as I'm watching Mert's actions that the goal is probably to leave this one alive.
Okay.
No? Oh my.
I don't.
Oh, maybe I'm reading Mert's intentions
He's
incorrectly.
he's raging,
You want to
so
spend an action assist?
Oh.
maybe that helps you.
Oh no, that's okay. Got it. You are not being nice.
Does Trip have the concentrate trait?
Although I mean,
Nice try.
even in Alara's mind though, I want to keep. She's wanting to keep someone alive.
Sure.
Oh,
Just to have someone to.
There are more people downstairs.
Oh, there are. I guess there are. Who's gonna know? Because this person was just like the person that was.
Sweeping the floor.
Yeah, so they probably don't know much.
Yeah.
So we'll go for bigger, better people.
There we go.
Okay. Sorry, I was out of conscience for a second.
You gotta remember
It went
what we're
away.
playing here.
Not going to be a very good blood lord with that. Okay.
Okay, so then, well, since she's down, or they're down, I'll keep them. Actually, where am I stationed? Oh no, I can't. Actually, I'm just gonna move to where I can get it to do a cone, because I don't want to waste a spell on this. I'll do a cantrip.
That's fair.
With a move of 25, it'll take you 2 actions to set up a cone that won't hit Mert.
Oh, okay.
it's fine. You can hit me.
Are you sure?
Yeah, it's all good.
Okay.
Okay, there you go.
There we go. I have. Mert says I've seen worse. Okay.
God.
So this is a basic fortitude save, and there is a.
Okay. How does a 14 grab you?
Yeah, that'll be a fail.
Oh, I need a fort save too, right?
Yes.
Okay. 18.
Okay, that's you take half.
And it pisses him off so bad he turns around and swings that scythe through your skull.
Lock
Okay,
your
so
head
let's.
off.
So you hear just like what starts out as almost like a lullaby, and it just starts to get like really
Creepier.
eerie and
Yeah.
minor and too loud, and it
Yes.
focuses that cone, unfortunately, on Mert and our friend there for 3 damage.
Okay.
Total?
Yes.
Okay.
So there you go, Mert. Not too bad.
Yeah. Mert will only take 1.
Does your
Nothing.
increase?
What was it?
Your cantrip should auto heighten.
But is it though?
Yeah, so now you.
Oh, it's 2.
Yeah, you're gonna be doing 2.
Oh, never.
Yep.
Wait, there's more.
That's fine.
Wait, there's more.
But wait, there's more, she said.
There's more.
Oh, that's much better. 8. So that'd be 11 total with the first roll.
Okay.
Well, okay, that is much better. Okay.
That's fine.
Mert
You think
takes 5.
No problem.
All right, so that's Alara, Lysander.
Yeah. 1 action, I'll have Remy slide around if he can get within 10 feet of this thing. I don't know if he can.
You want Remy to get within 10 feet. What's his move? 15?
10. He's
Oh,
got 10.
Yeah, no, he's still way behind the bar here. So 10 feet will get him here.
Okay. Then I'll command him to attack that person there. So he will take another.
That person there is Alara.
No. I'm commanding him to attack the figure. So that is his command. So if I don't command
Gotcha.
him, he will continue to do the thing.
I'm tracking.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay. And then I will cast Protect Companion on him.
Okay. That brings us to Zareth.
All right. Well, the one that Mert tripped,
Yep.
I'll just walk up and take a swing.
Gonna hit a
Intimid-
man while he's down, are ya?
yeah, intimidated and prone.
Yeah.
15.
15's gonna hit him. Yeah, because they're in that shape.
Yes, in fact, I am going to hit a man while he's down.
6 points of damage.
6 points of damage. Okay. You have 1 action left.
I'll take another swing. 9 to hit.
Unfortunately, even with prone, he's not going to get hit with that.
All right.
Okay. It is the brewer's turn. He's rolling around the ground. There's blood like seeping into the sawdust floor. Oh, just let me go. Fuck it. I don't care. I don't care about these people that much. Just let me go. And he stands up. And
That was the stand-up of, does anyone have reactive strike?
well, okay then. And he
See ya.
does a little tap dance out.
this little
Right
jig.
then, I fuck off. I'm gonna fuck right off. And they run out.
Okay.
He's gonna fuck right off.
I like the jig, though. Hello, my baby. Hello.
This crook comes from outside the bar and just drags him
Drags
outside.
him back in. Where do you think you're going?
And yeah, there. Nobody else comes into the bar.
Yeah, we flip the sign that's supposed to be there from open to closed.
Yeah, so there was no door, but yeah. But yeah, it's kind of like a roadhouse. Okay.
Well, this
Lysander's really looking for signs all over the place.
I could have heard a pin drop as he turned to close the door. Okay.
Thank goodness there'll be no consequences from this.
Yeah. Yeah. You know, well, it is what it is.
Break a few eggs, make an omelet.
That's right.
Yeah, there's that.
I'm searching the pockets of the ghoul.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, can we get all our copper back?
Yeah.
that we spent on the beer.
Cha-ching!
Any copper you spent on the beer, the ale, the piss poor.
Wow.
I won't call out any beer brands on air. It's crappy beer. Yeah, you actually find a total of 14 copper in that apron because other patrons have been through
Sure.
and have been
Sure.
here. So, yeah. Now that you're rich, you gonna go shopping?
I'm looking for like the key that maybe unlocks this door.
She doesn't have a key.
Is the door even locked?
Yeah, check it.
I don't know.
It is not locked.
It's not
She
locked.
tried to kill me, so she died in her own.
Sure did.
Just says what they do, and that's what they did. And
Yeah.
Yep.
you guys go over to the door, and you open said door.
We certainly weren't very successfully investigating or persuading
I
them
walk
to do
over.
it.
I walk over to the door with Mert with his little ledger out, and I go, "Excuse me, we're from the Department of Beers and Brewing."
Here we go. Okay, so I'll reveal what's behind the door.
Oh my god.
I would prefer to have my scythe in hand, not the ledger, despite what Lysander says. I don't think I can stab anybody with my quill.
Hey, the pen is mightier than the sword.
Okay.
Yeah, well, the scythe is mightier than both, so.
It's true.
Oh no.
Okay, so this door actually just opens up on a storeroom. There is a small kind of archway leading out into the brewery that you noticed before, and you can just hear the bubbling of the vats beyond. The overwhelming smell of the yeast and whatever else they've got going on in here. I don't know, hops, beer stuff.
Yep.
But this storeroom contains several barrels and empty crates.
I mean, I don't know that. I suppose we're ransacking this place at this point, and we might as well search for everything. But I'm not really interested in any of this.
Yeah, I don't care about the
Any of
hops
this
and
stuff?
barley
Yeah.
and whatever else.
Yeah,
Stuff is in all this-
Just casual glance
Yeah.
around. It's just brewing supplies, right? There's probably some yeast, some sugar. Yeah.
Make our way through the storeroom there, looking for a door.
Okay, well, there is no door. It's just an open archway into a very large chamber.
Whoa.
Yeah, reveal
Department of
here.
Beers and Brewing.
Take off this massive cover here to reveal
Jeez.
this room beyond. Okay.
I'll walk in with my shield raised.
It's got B&B on the thing. But beers and brewing.
Yeah, that's kind of break the disguise. But a raised wooden walkway allows access to the top of 7 large wooden vats that occupy the west side of this room. Distribution pipes run along the ceiling, connecting the vats to each other. A wide pipe leads from the easternmost vat along the ceiling through a hallway to the east. And like I said, there are some folks in here. First of all, there, as you walk through here, you're kind of making your way out here. You can see just standing here, like working on this vat. You're dead.
You're dead.
You're dead.
You're done.
Is a ghoul that has this long kind of
Oh yeah, the
it's like a
ladle or
brewer's
whatever.
ladle, yeah. And there are 2 figures that are running along the walkway around the vats there. And as they come running up, they are drawing weapons and saying, "You're not allowed back here." And
Roll some more, I guess.
oh man, do we get into it? Let's get into it.
Yes.
I think we
Get
can do
into
it.
it. Let's roll for initiative.
Do we want to get into it?
We'll go quick. We got this.
Yeah.
It's just 2 ghouls.
Department of Beers and Brewing,
it
get
is
the
not
fuck
just
out
2
of my
ghouls.
way! He said just 2 ghouls as he opens up the box.
Remember how we discussed troop?
Yeah. They're coming out of the vats.
Let me tell you about a thing called foreshadowing. Okay, so yeah, we'll have them come in. They're on the walkway coming towards you, right?
Where do you think you're going?
Yes, a troop of yeast ghouls are.
Ugh.
Ooh, yeast zombies. Let's see what we can come up with there.
He said, let's write that down.
These are these guys. Okay, so. These guys are dead. All right. What did Alara get?
22.
22. Lysander?
24.
24. Okay. Zareth?
25.
Whoa, okay. Ophelia?
19.
And Mert.
I'm sorry, I did the math once. 23.
23.
Dang, we all rolled really well. That means this we're gonna roll like crap.
Yeah. It's like I'd rather save it for the actual.
Right, yeah.
Okay, so Zareth will be leading us off with this 25, and I'll put these in order as Zareth contemplates what he's going to do as he sees this ghoul threatening him with a ladle and these ruffians running along the wooden walkway above him.
I'll spend 2 move actions to move up to the ghoul. And then my 3rd action to take a swing with my machete.
No, no.
What are you doing?
That's going to be 12 to hit.
That's not going to hit. That's Lysander.
I'll spend a stride to get up to Mert, and for 2 actions, I'll cast Runic Weapon.
Hey.
And those sickly green runes appear on Mert's weapon.
Don't like that.
And I will kind of point at the one that's coming down the stairs, kind of the opposite direction that potentially that Zareth went, so that way we don't get kind of collapsed upon, kind of like sicking my little Mert on him.
Okay.
Not
Is
yours.
that it for Lysander?
Not yet.
I am little.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay, Mr. Mert.
Yeah, seeing that those runes engrave on the scythe's blade, I'll kind of loosen my grip on it, give it a little flourish as I charge up, and I will run past the first ruffian up the steps and to the second ruffian.
There are no steps at the front of this walk.
Oh, okay, so that's like a elevated
It's
platform.
all the platform.
So there's no
all
way to
10
get
feet
up
above.
there. Okay.
Not that you can see.
Yeah, then I'll just charge at the ghoul then. Can I get there in 35 feet?
No.
Okay. Then I will, I'll sudden charge to get all the way up to him and then swing.
Okay.
How's about an 18?
Hits.
Okay.
I'm very scared of what's going to happen next.
Yep. Should be.
Probably.
15 points of damage.
15 points of damage. Ouch.
And then I'll swing again.
Okay. As you run up there with your blade to get ready to swing, sudden charge is how many actions?
2.
Okay, so you get this third swing. As you guys walk up there, you see off to your left there is another grate with a gate in it. And beyond that grate is a big bunch of zombies that are all just like banging against the gate. And 2 of them look very, very big. Okay, go ahead and take your next swing.
Good to know. It's a nat 20.
Oh, no. Okay. Natural 20. It's a card. What's going to happen here? Slashing.
Yep.
This is the scythe.
Yep.
Ooh, across the eyes. Normal damage, but the target is going to be blind until they are healed. And that means they have to do a treat wounds or get healed fully by magic.
Got it. Okay. So normal damage, but do I still get my deadly on top of that?
Yes.
Okay. I just want to make sure that's what I remember. Okay. That is 19 damage.
Oh, you can dispatch your foe.
Okay. It's really blind.
Yeah. The whole top of their skull from the eyes up is just gone.
Yeah, I think as I'm like darting in with that scythe, I basically just like hook into them and then drag them to the ground.
I didn't get my turn either.
And that's me.
Damn, okay. That brings
Sucks
us
to be a ghoul.
It apparently does. Especially a remastered ghoul.
Yeah.
I won't go into it, but man, talk about neutered. Okay. It is the ruffians' turns. Okay.
The ruffians.
Interesting. Okay. So they're both like coming along the walkway, and they're just like they've got slings, and they're just putting bullets in the slings. And they see you take out this brewer that you'll never know their name. You'll never know this person. They were just working here, trying to make a living, and you just killed them. So you're gonna pay. Does a 19 hit?
Does not.
Okay.
Just not today.
Let's
Not by them.
swing another one. Pew! That's gonna miss. And this one starts running. Okay. This one will come up from here and sling. Oh, that's a 26 to hit.
Yep.
Okay. 7 points of damage as this bullet like thuds into your ectoplasm, and then it's got to reload that sling. So I guess technically this one didn't even get a chance to run because I had to reload that second shot. Good deal, Alara.
Is it possible? I know they're kind of elevated. How much would I need to move to get within 15 feet?
Ooh, you will have to pretty much get right under them, and there are vats kind of blocking the way.
I didn't think, but I thought I'd.
Yeah, it's hard to see the 3D detail from here, but
Yeah.
you're way back in still in that storeroom.
Gotcha.
And they're 10 feet up above the vats, so you'd have to like wind your way under, and the vats are just taking up that space.
Yeah, I don't think I have. Let me think.
You could always delay until things change.
Yeah, you know what? I'll go ahead and. Yeah, I'll delay.
Okay. That brings us to Ophelia.
How far is that?
So right now, if you're going to try and cast a spell, I'm not sure that you have line of sight on them.
I need a 30-foot line.
Yeah, you'll have to move up into the room, which you could probably do. Your
That's
speed's
fine.
25?
Yes.
Yeah, you can get right there, and then you can just angle that line right up through this one.
I'm gonna cast Grim Tendrils.
Okay.
Not tentacles, sorry.
Yeah.
That's
Either
a
way you say it, I don't
fortitude
like
save.
it. A fortitude save. Here we go.
For both of them, right? Because it's a line.
Yes, it's a line.
Well, the line, she doesn't have the
Oh,
means
gotcha.
of directing the line through
Yep.
both. The line will go through one or the other.
Yep.
Oh, well, fine.
But the fortitude save is a whopping 12.
That is a fail.
Of course.
That's
Okay, so the girl with the green cloak there is going to get it. So these black tendrils kind of worm out from your hands through them. Is that this thing? I hate all of these spells. They're so
Creepy.
yeah.
So they're gonna take 5, and they're
Okay.
gonna take 1 persistent bleed.
Oh, okay. That's no good for them. All right, that's Ophelia. Round 2, Zareth.
I'm gonna move up behind that middle vat. Like so, like in
Behind
between
the middle vat.
Mert and Ophelia,
Got it.
and just raise my shield.
Okay.
Okay. So hold that thought and hold that defensive stance, because right there will take us to basically the top of round 2. And it'll unfortunately take us to the bottom of today's episode. So we'll have to come back and see what happens with these ruffians next time.
Yikes.
Sorry, I hate him. I hate him
I know
mid-combat. I was like, well, we got 10 minutes.
Hopefully that Iron Gate holds that horde of zombies back for a
Yes,
week so that we
they
can
are.
take care of them.
Yes, for a whole week.
I'm not ready for them.
No, I am.
So,
I'm not ready for them.
Especially if there's 2 nasty ones.
Right.
Ooh.
which might give me time to paint a couple more really nasty dudes. Okay. But anyway, thanks for tuning in, everybody. Thanks
no
for playing tonight. You
foreshadowing
guys
there,
did an
nothing.
amazing job tonight. I was very, very impressed with everybody's new abilities and new strategies. I can't wait to see how that unfolds next week. But tomorrow we're back at 6 o'clock Eastern right here on the same channel for the Soul Severed campaign. That's going to be set in a homebrew world of Iota Dree. Be sure to check that out.
Yep.
And then Wednesday I'll be on my own ancillary channel for Barnabas Brushes from 5 to 6. I'll be painting some miniatures. Maybe a big old zombie miniature?
Maybe a big old
I don't
zombie
know,
guy.
It depends.
Are you actually going to be on there?
They're hard to find. It's been, so it's been, I was out of town. So,
Yes.
So yeah, we'll just have to see. And then, do we have a critical knowledge coming Friday?
So currently it's stuck in the ATEM, and we only have one computer here that can get it out.
Ooh.
Okay.
And so the episode is finished filming, but I can't get it out of the ATEM and to my PC to edit it down. But it's
So it's coming.
it's coming.
Okay. So due to technical difficulties, a slight delay.
Yep.
But critical knowledge will be coming.
It exists.
Don't
But
forget
thank
about
you, everybody.
PopCon.
Yes, go ahead and
Yep,
one more
real quick.
time, roll
We'll
us
just
out the
run over it again real quick. If you joined with us in the break, you heard about it. But on the 27th, 28th, and 29th here in Indianapolis, it is PopCon Indy, and we are going to be there. We're going to be in room 134, and we are going to be hosting Bar Fights for Bonding. It is a kind of a survival, like King of the Hill, Last Man Standing, really interactive. You get a character, you're going to roll some dice, and essentially simulate a little bar fight. And then the winner is going to be invited back for the championship round, where we are in talks with the owners of PopCon to offer a really cool prize that I can't talk about yet because we haven't nailed down exactly what that is. But
Exciting though.
it is so fun. I mean,
it's free.
I'm doing a terrible job of explaining it, but yeah, it costs you nothing. It costs you nothing to come see us in the convention center in Indianapolis in room 134.
And it doesn't cost anything
Yeah,
to play.
it doesn't cost you anything to play, and we had a blast doing it in Louisville, and it was fabulous. So if you find yourself with some free time over June 27th, 28th, and 29th, stop in and see us. We'd love to see you.
Yep. Thanks everybody.
Yeah, for sure.
Have a great night, everyone.
Yep.
Good evening.
See ya.
See you tomorrow.
Yeah, tomorrow.
So I have really cool stuff now that I'm level 3. I just